Oh man, those are keeper kids.
Yeah, they're fucking badass, man. Then they got me
Keeper kids.
Yeah.
Don't clone those
Throw them out.
kids.
Gens.
Yeah,
Clone them.
clone them kids.
man.
50,000 grand. Or
Fuck,
50.
they gave me this fucking cup. It's fucking sweet.
What? That is sick.
Love
and it's
it.
like yeah.
You're like
Yeah,
bougie.
man. Dude,
Yeah,
they
man.
love me. They're awesome kids.
Yeah, that is.
Too cool. Too cool.
All right.
Good morning, rise and grind. It's time again for Wake and Bake with the Groskies. What's going on, everybody?
Morning.
What's happening?
Good morning.
Dan was showing off his. Who's talking in the background? Why can I hear myself? This is awful.
I don't know.
Who's
Is it
doing
me?
this?
Nothing but professional shit here.
Nobody
on
wants-
MVGS.
Nobody wants to hear me
Yes.
talk.
Who's not wearing headphones? That'll tell you.
I think it's Dan.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
No,
Maybe.
no.
I think it's Tara.
Is it me?
Somebody's playing through speakers. Turn
Here
off
we
the
go.
YouTube
Yep.
show.
Here we
Whoever
go.
has the
Watch.
YouTube show on, turn it off. Thank you.
Was it me?
Tara.
Yeah.
I'm not
Sorry.
even in chat.
I had
So.
it on too, but my
There
shit was
you
on.
go.
I don't know
The
how
people
to do
without
it.
headsets got suspected first.
No,
No,
I
hooked
completely
it up
cover off
wrong.
this
It's
quick,
my
man.
fault.
I knew-
thought
I-
I'd go to the principal's office and shit.
You're in trouble.
Sorry, it was me, the tech tard.
Sorry, chat.
Here we go. Chat, make sure that you switch over from top chat to live chat to make sure that you stay in real time with every mistake we make.
My video not on the whole time?
It was.
Yeah,
correct.
I was wondering,
Yeah.
like, were you
What the
naked?
fuck?
or
We
what?
thought you were away from, okay. All that good
So
stuff,
we
man.
thought you went away.
I was embarrassed because I'm drinking water or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't drink
Yes.
water.
So nobody got to
Yeah.
see the faces I was making at Tara just now?
We imagined them. It was all good.
Oh, I can imagine them. Trust
Yeah,
You
you were
were,
like, "Please
uh,
not YouTube.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, we were showing off Dan's stuff that his kids made him, that shirt that's behind him and in front of him, and his cup. So I turned on the live show, and then Tara ruined everything. So here we are. Welcome back to Wake and Bake. Everyone is here. Let's do some introductions, and we have some cool stuff to talk about. Porch Farmer, welcome back. Where can everyone find you?
Hello, everybody. You can find me on Instagram or sometimes on the Frugal Force or here at the Wake and Bake or miscellaneous places.
Sweet, sweet. Dan, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Good morning. You can find me on Instagram at Dank Van Dan. You can find me with the Michigan Bros Grow Show Sunday nights, 9 p.m. You can find me here every other Saturday with the Wake and Bake. And you can find me at Freedom Green Farms, LLC.
Way up north.
Way up.
Tara, welcome, Tara.
Good
Where can-
morning.
where can
Sorry I
everyone find you?
ruined all the intros and
Oh, it's
everything. My bad. Good morning. Tara Wilson, 1409. You can find me on Instagram. I've got some stuff on YouTube. Hope everybody's ready for a good Saturday morning.
Welcome, welcome. And Baked, you're here. Thanks
Morning,
for
I
joining
made
us.
it. I made it. Yep, you can find me on Instagram at Baked Pone. I'm also on Cannabis, but I honestly don't get on there too much.
Dude.
But
Sequence threw up the Bake Pone sign and said, "Oh, we should see if he wants to come on this morning." And within 60 seconds flat, like Nicholas fucking Cage.
I'm ready.
Bake
I'm
was
always
right there,
ready in the
man.
morning.
He was tuned in, ready.
Yeah.
That's sort of what happened, and I'm gonna let you. We're gonna run with that version of the truth.
I like it better.
Yeah. I looked up. There it was.
Look up,
Boom.
Isaiah.
It was like the
That's where I
bat
went.
signal.
And I went
It was
to
the
my
bro
computer.
signal.
He did. He had his shirt on already.
I slept
all.
with it.
Oh yeah, that's like a nightly thing.
Yeah.
His nightgown.
I slept with it.
It's a long shirt.
If you guys ever get like an XXL, I'll get one and wear it.
Yeah.
Well, I've got.
Was it up to 3? I think it was
Actually-
up to 3XL or 4.
So let's
Well,
talk about this real quick. So I have a box. I'm getting
we
ready
never-
to move.
We never plug our merch, so let's do it for real
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, I never plugged this merch, but there's a reason. So I had a bunch of shirts made. I'm not wearing one. Baked isn't wearing one either, but the
Oh, this
new
is
version
old.
of the logo. I had shirts made from extra small through 4XL. make sure to hit up the
Broskies of
whole
all shape
demographic.
sizes. and
Whole-
Oh, I like the demographic.
the
There you
whole deal, right?
Yeah, gotta get them all.
All right. So then, so I started giving them away, selling them to people, whatever. So now we only have shirts that are from extra small through large because the average sizes of America, I think, have taken up extra large through 4X. I still
So
have
it
a
sounds
few
like
4X.
we're doing more baking than more waking, I guess.
Yeah,
Is that
there's-
that's what's going on?
There's
man.
more baking than you know, Peloton or whatever. No, I'm kidding. But we do have a few 4X, but we don't have 3X. We don't have 2X. We don't have 1X, but we have extra small through large. So if anyone wants a shirt, send me a DM. We'll hook you up. They're the best quality, better than the
Yeah, they're way. They were
Streamlabs.
better
I
than
need
the Streamlabs.
5 larges of 1 4X.
I could do it.
4X.
I'm serious.
He's
I
not
can bring them
kidding.
later, Dan.
Cool, thanks.
If you're new,
I'll give them to the guys at work.
Oh, Painted Lady wants that extra small.
I need a
I
couple
had a
larges.
feeling.
I had a feeling.
For her cats?
Yes, indeed.
Whose cat doesn't like extra small?
That's cool.
Bring me a
Hold up.
couple larges. I'll get them.
Hola.
Anyway, so I alluded to it already. I am moving. The lady, the prior homeowner, messaged me this morning, and so I have all.
Notice
of
you
my-
said prior owner. Yes, nice. It's
Got
nice to
it,
say that now,
finally.
isn't it?
Get the fuck out. All the stuff
Eating
that's
in.
Get your shit. Get out.
so my whole house is packed. So I'm drinking water because I don't even have a coffee pot. So
Why do you say that with disdain?
drinking water makes me feel sick?
I would have had to get up.
Your
and
plants
drive to the
love
gas
water, you
station,
should love
get a
water.
coffee to start my day. I wouldn't be
I
able to
should
start.
push
You
him.
saw his Pepsi collection that he has
Oh.
of Pepsi boxes and cans and stuff. He likes Pepsi.
Those are
Oh,
taken
well, I
care of,
can't,
right?
I
So-
can't, yeah.
So
He's
neatly
seen my
kept.
Sprite collection.
He doesn't drink any water ever.
Get the lean bottles in the corner, just thrown over your back with all the sprites.
I've got a case of water. That's how I had this
Deserve.
water.
There's an empty one. No, I try to start the day with water though. It's good for you. Your organs need water to start.
Speaking of
man.
start, it's
That's
so
a
nice
good
out
piece
this
of
morning,
advice,
man.
babe.
We got the sun shining. Everybody's here. Anybody in the chat, if you have any questions for anyone on here, make sure you drop them in. Otherwise, we're
Speaking of
glad you're
drop-
here with us, man.
Beardman
And,
Farms talks or asks about Ohio State's bracket loss, which we got to bring up since they were a number 2 seed and they lost to a 15.
One.
If you're into sports betting, that's legal here in Michigan. I bet on that 15 seed to beat Ohio State yesterday and won on really nice odds. So good
What were
job,
the odds?
OSU.
Good odds. They got you paid.
Yeah. Like
Well, that's good to get
4
paid rather than,
times my money.
rather than played like you guys do for the fucking big game. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. See, I have this suspicion that Scobo is from Ohio and he's a transplant here. He's always talked about Ohio regions. He's always been subtle jabbing Michigan on our show.
I just settled jab.
I don't know what
not
his-
MSU.
I don't know what his problem is, but I think he's from
Again.
Ohio.
I can't just wait. But they beat Michigan 99% of the time. Go. There you go. See, it wasn't me. That was in the
Was that
chat.
another stat? Who made that up?
Cap 420.
Only
Morning.
6 miles from a body of water.
That's
No
true.
more than 7.
Bates has been doing his practice.
Yeah,
just
I've
watched
got
every
my
show.
lingos and
Your citizenship
facts down.
test?
You know,
Picked up a fishing pole.
yeah, pass me a pop. Yeah,
Pop.
You
I had,
gotta
to, I had to
say,
learn that.
you gotta throw an ope in there. Say,
What
"Oh,
is it? What?
Oh,
Oh,
oh, let me get a pop.
oh.
you say oh for everything instead of
Oh.
oops, instead of hey, instead
Like
of
you accidentally spilled something, but you didn't.
Oh,
exactly.
Oh, okay. We got a real question. Nicholas McCabe says, will you guys talk a little bit about carbon filters? How well do you guys think they scrub the air looking at fresh filters with my AC Infinity fan? I've said
Oh,
it several
P
times in the
fresh, yeah.
past that the one thing that you really should be careful about is if you are in a non-legal state, is you should buy the best fucking carbon scrubber or 2 that you can afford. That's what's, see, you see what Bake just did? He said 2. Here's the
Okay,
reason.
yeah.
I mean, if you have, let's say you have a tent and it's in a room, you could scrub inside the tent and then you could have a second fan out there with a second carbon scrubber in the room that catches anything else if it comes through, if you're growing that loud like that. But yeah, man, I'll pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah,
Don't
keep-
fucking short on that
keep
shit.
Two.
Yeah.
The AC.
I keep 2 in my
um,
room.
Yeah, AC carbon filters are legit. They work real good. That's right.
The fresh ones are probably one of the best on the market, the top
Yeah.
two when I looked
Yep.
at them.
I would
This
That's
is
agree.
what I
coming
use.
from a prohibition grower. I also was busted when I was younger for not buying carbon filters. And what I like to tell people is the big thing is like, you'll think you're fine, but when you live in a house that smells like it, your nose gets used to it real quick. So
Nose
you don't
blind.
realize that when you go 15, 30 feet outside your front door, it's reeking every time you come. So get a carbon filter and you get two so that there's no in between when Texas has a storm and Amazon can't get you a dang carbon filter and yours
Yeah,
is
exactly.
stinking up the neighborhood. So it's a redundancy thing. So just
Very
definitely
good point.
get two, and if you can get a P Fresh, and I forget the other good one, but there's another good one that's just like
Yep.
top
Was it
tier.
the can?
You can know
Yep,
that they're
can
gonna
filters.
last what
Can
they say
filters.
they're gonna last. Yeah, that's it. And be sleep tighter.
And get one rated for more than your room. That way you don't have
Yes.
to run it maxed out all the time.
Let's think about this. If you just went and bought a bunch of 650Rs and you're going to cram like a 10 by 10 room, you're not going to want to run that on a 4-inch fan.
No,
You know what I mean? You're going to
6
want a
or
large.
8 for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
With
That's
24
another-
to 36 inch.
Yeah,
carbon
that's
filter.
another part of the conversation is because your
Throwing
fan
more dank.
size, while adding a carbon filter
and it
makes you need
pulls.
a bigger fan.
Well,
And
you
then
can
'cause you're-
always run your carbon filter in a corner or something too. Helps a lot.
Now, the
Is
other
your-
thing is that you don't want to have too big of a fan with too small of a filter. You want to have time to pull that across there so that you're actually pulling the odors from the fucking air rather than just quickly whooshing it through there. And then before you know it, you're like, well, this thing sucks. No, you don't have them matched up right, man. Plus, here's another one. If you have a really big filter and a really small fan, you're putting way too much resistance on the motor and you're going to burn your fucking motor out faster. Old Skilbo has been growing since 2012. I still have the same, I have like 5 fucking fans now, but I still have the same 4-inch fan that I started an operation with
Wow.
originally. And
That's
I've
crazy.
never bought cheap fans. I've never bought cheap filters. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to make it worthwhile and not just trick myself into thinking I'm safe.
Yeah. Dang, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh,
Sorry for
just
the
keep in
monologue.
mind that some of those bigger carbon filters, guys, are heavy. I didn't know when I got like a premium
fuck.
one. I got a P Fresh 2-footer once, and it was really heavy for my tent. Like I watched my bars, whoop. So just keep that in mind when you're ordering these. They make them in all sizes, so they're
Yep. You probably
a
don't want
good one's gonna be heavy.
There's
Yeah.
so many different ones.
the thing to stress is like what Scobo was saying. You want to make sure that you match your filter and your fan. And then like if you're adding a filter because you're a new grower in a red state maybe, and suddenly you're in flower and you've got smells. If you sized your fan for your space, adding a filter might make it so that your fan is too small because it's obviously going to restrict the airflow. So
Oh, I want to talk about something I see in the chat. Cap 420 says, I have the same ozone generator for 17 years, just replace the bulb. That's it. The only thing I'll say about an ozone generator is you want to be careful about using those.
you got to be way more specific about that. It's like you want to be
Yeah,
careful
yeah,
about
why?
bleach. Be careful with bleach.
Well, the problem with the ozone generators is that the reason that you don't see those all over the place is because it's not good for you to be in the same space as an ozone generator.
Your ozone will literally deteriorate the tissue in your lungs as you breathe it. Super, super, super toxic to people. You don't want to be in a room with it. But yeah, you want to follow up the warning with the why, Skilbo.
I'm just smart enough to remember the warning. You have to be smarter than me and remember the why. How's that sound?
Finish
I'll be
each
the
other's
trigger.
It's a
sandwiches.
2-part. Yeah.
2-part.
need
There
you
you go. We
both.
finished each other's sandwiches. That's right, my brother. See, I got to sound smart to start it off like, oh, hey, you're a really good fan, man. Here's why.
Now follow up.
Go deep on that. And then, because I dropped the second part,
Is anyone in the
Sandwich
chat
night.
dabbing? 9 in the morning?
Anyone dabbing at 9 in the morning? Well, it's
Oh,
only
yeah.
9 in the morning here.
Yeah, I already did one. You
Mhm.
gotta start the show off with a dab.
I just
Okay,
started
now
the show
see.
off with one.
Beardman Farms 616 says, I run my ozone generator for a day in between runs. Perfect.
Okay. But-
I have dramatic pause. Nice.
I'm coughing.
So I got my 2020 seeds and the race auto thing.
The autos, yeah.
Yeah. Trizler and Trizkit. I have a Biscotti cross, and then I forget what Trizler is. Hang on, let me see. It was something interesting. Anyways, they're autos. I got them going. I'm pretty excited about that. That seems fun. Pit two strains against each other. Let's see.
I like it. It's a clever idea by them to get people to like test 2 strains instead of 1, you know, or to run 2 freebies instead of 1 or whatever. It's kind of a clever marketing idea by them.
Yeah.
Light up again, Tim says, what about ionizers?
Ionizing what?
The air. We're still back on the other topic. I'm keeping us on the level here, man.
Do ionizers scrub the air of smell?
Yeah, I've never seen anybody use.
I thought ionizers are more of they're on like I got a air filter that just cleans your air once, and it had a button for that. You can turn on ionizing, and it like I don't know. So I don't know if it scrubs the air.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I know that some places will run like UV and have air run through UV so that it'll kill mold spores, stuff like that in the air. That could be what he's talking about.
Dude, those
I don't
are
know
pretty
the
sweet,
specific
man.
name of the.
The ones that go right in it's like an inline thing with your air and it pulls through. Those are pretty fucking sweet. They've been around forever, but I've never actually seen somebody use one before.
It's
Air
common
clean.
and commercial because they have to pass PM and they have to, you know, it's good for pollen too, I believe.
Beardman says ionizers are just small UV
lights, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
guessing. I
I
got an
think we are,
SUV, so yeah, UV. Okay, so yeah, those aren't gonna help with smell though, but I don't know if I'd use them. either.
Sounds like the reason why people would use those is so that they can use them as an alternative to the ozone because it's safer for people.
Kill random spores.
Well,
You
you still
really-
don't want to be under certain UVs.
No, what it is, it's like a tube. It goes inside your ducts and stuff, and it shines UV just for the light or the air.
Uh,
Pulls it
I know what
across
you're
there,
talking
yeah.
about now. Yeah, it's enclosed.
Yeah, and they have
Yeah,
wall-mounted ones.
that's
They
cool.
use the same theory and ventilation to kill mold spores and stuff.
I mean, if I have the extra money, why not clean the air? I guess on that, in my opinion. If you got
Looks
the
a lot
extra
like
time
RO,
and
right?
know-how and space to
Yeah.
put that up, filter my air, hell yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you also have to have
Get
that
it.
one friend that's not a grower so they can be your canary in a coal
What?
mine. When they come over to your crib
Oh.
or wherever you're growing at, if they come in and say, holy shit, it smells fucking great, or it's really loud in here, that's your canary in the coal mine. That means whatever else, your nose blindness is
I had
fucking you.
those.
And so
Or,
you need to take, like your
Yep.
kids come back to the house and they're like, whoa,
or
Pops, what are
your
you doing?
wife goes to work and her locker smells like marijuana. That
Yep.
might be a signal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's an issue for sure.
Yeah,
That could be
it
an
is.
issue,
It
but
is.
you
So
could
it's,
solve it and just tell her to go get
tell
new
it-
clothes.
Yeah, tell her to vacuum seal her clothes.
And I doubt she'd
Yeah.
argue.
Well, it's vicious, man. We try keeping things in the dryer and it still doesn't help because our whole house is just permeated with it. It's and we run filters, but we're in and out of that room, so that don't help. Yeah, it's vicious when you gotta grow with these and live with them. Like you guys said, you become very nose blind to it, but your friends
Yeah.
will let you know how good your cannabis smells.
Well, up until today, because I haven't moved yet, all of my flower and everything has always been in another building. When I first started growing, I grew like in my basement, but so I'm gonna have to re-deal with all of these problems here soon.
Well, that's the
And
thing is you've mastered one space. And so, you can be like, I'm a fucking great grower. But when you move
Right.
to a new
Sure.
space, you'll be tested to see
Oh, yeah.
if you actually are, if you were just fortunate to have your environmentals deal.
Yeah.
Well,
you
not
just-
necessarily fortunate. Like I took like a lot of equipment and tested like CO2, tested the lighting, tested all the different parameters, right? The ppm of the water, And all of that you can standardize in a new space. But
Right.
like there are always a new challenge. There's always a new thing that you got to deal with that you weren't ready for sure.
Well, when
Yeah.
I started growing though, I was thinking, well, fuck, if I just get a light and I get a filter and I get some plants, oh fuck, I can take care of the rest. And so as a newer grower, you before you have all these contraptions and add-ons and environmentals and controllers and every other thing that we always talk about, there's a reason why. And it's not just for bragging rights, and it's not just for
Right.
us to be able to pour over data. It's because controlling the environment, you can take the environment wherever you want to grow, get it, go, grow. You can take it wherever you want, you're fine. But if you're just flying with, the bare minimums, when you do change spaces, you do need to look at your setup and where you're not hitting it at. Yeah, Shredder, pulse monitors take a lot of the guesswork out of air and light.
I always
That's one of those
used to-
contraptions. That's a $500 contraption,
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
And I always used to
You
talk
can
about
get
that
one
as
for
like
200.
new growers, because like new growers, it's you've got all the passion and stuff, but you always run into that thing that you can't buy,
Yeah.
usually, and you can't afford to get like, and it's not the light that you need. It's like a water pump so you can run automated or whatever, and that's always ends up being the thing that holds people back, is not having a pH meter and still trying to pull it off, or like. And once you are able to afford all of the little dumb shit, growing is a lot easier. But there's some things that really help.
Well, let's talk about RO. First and foremost, you're going to be going to a different water source. So you may be in better shape than you had been before, but because you started growing in a shitty thing, you've already got the RO set up. Does that make sense? Like someone like me that deals with like 170 ppm out of the tap at 7.0, I'm straight. Should I do that? Yeah, absolutely I should. But is it detrimental for me to do that right now?
Right.
Not with the way the money's working out right now, but we'll get there.
Well, it's nice because like if I was running RO now, when I go to the new house, if I hooked up RO, then my nutrient stuff would be the same, because you're starting with the same base RO. And that's why commercial grows a lot of times will like to use it. They know what's in their water. They know that nothing is in their water. So everything that influences the water is something that they added. So if you fail testing or whatever, you did that, that you did that. And then if you build another building, you can take all of your SOPs to the new building because you started with 0 ppm without, because like you have 170, I might have 270. That makes a big difference.
Sequence, was it you or somebody else I was talking to when they first set their grow space up? They wanted to run it for a day or two with no plants in it, and they just wanted to see what their temperatures were and shit. Was that you?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you want to see what happens, where you're at, what's going on with things, and before you subject a plant to it when you start, that might be something to think about.
Well, I used to say that about all of the different things. So go inside of your room and turn all your lights off and like see if light's leaking in. Turn all of your lights on at nighttime, walk around your house, make sure you don't have like a spotlight shining out of your window. All the different stuff that nobody does really. But like when you set up your water system, turn it on before you put plants in there and make sure it doesn't flood the floor. When you change your water or your timers, you make sure that your light turns on at 5 a.m. Just set your alarm once,
Yep.
And then go back to bed. Make sure that all the shit works, because it never works. And that's something that only experience can show you. It's like your timer fails and you harm a whole crop and you go, okay, I'll never do that again.
Okay, you mentioned something, and we talked about it a few days ago off camera. We were talking about, I think it was Sports Farmer said that he had a tent that looked like the Starry Night, and I said,
yeah.
well,
Yep,
you know
yep.
what, we need to address that. So I said, hey, if I buy a cheap tent, as long as the zipper is good on it, if I have some Starry Night shit, I'll buy a can of Flex Seal and get
Yeah,
on.
man.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be pretty; it just has to be functional.
I'm trying to convince him to record a video, and I think we might.
I think it, man.
Yeah,
Do it
Yeah.
up.
just show how much better it'll be.
I was looking at it last night. I turned the lights off and I was looking at all the lights coming out of the tent, and I tried to catch it on video, but I just need a better camera. So we'll Flex Seal it.
Ooh, Derpenoid says make sure all the damn pins on the mechanical timer are up and down so you don't have a light popping on for 15 minutes in the middle of the night.
Right.
Ooh,
Good
man.
point. Good point.
Those are the kind that I started with. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't use any mechanical timers anymore. They're all battery backup digital timers.
The nice thing is, you know, especially with today's day and age for what these lights and shit are drawing, it's not like the old, you know, I've got a 12K room and blah, blah, blah. You're trying to run it through a fucking surge protector or some stupid shit, you know what I mean? And a little stupid timer. So with the newer lights, you can get away with, you know, what I think I use is there's like a 3-prong deal that you can get at Menards, and it's got the computer timer right on it and shit. So I just have a couple of those hooked up.
Just hooked up my whole grow room to one of those 25-foot red and green extension cords you get for your Christmas tree.
It kind of gets really hot. You're pulling way too much. But why is this cord so hot? God damn.
I use it to heat my house in the wintertime.
Yeah, they're nice and flexible.
Dan, how's that going over there?
It's coming out, man. It's squishing out right now.
I love it. You keep the little waterfall action going. You got the
Dan,
jar
what's
under.
going on here?
Pressing that.
Yeah, man. I'm doing a little squish for you sequence with that trim, and we got about 35 grams in there right now, pressing it out. It's at about 191 degrees. Got about another, I don't know, 45 seconds or so to go.
Do you
Looking
have,
pretty
Dan, do you have that other hash around? Can you show
It's in the house, man.
Oh,
It's-
okay. Never mind.
it's in the house, and that's kind of like on the other side of the property.
the other side of the property? Did you hear that?
The property.
No, it's
The
not.
property, sir.
It's
No, I'm
not that
kidding.
big, really. But
But I
it's over there.
had Dan run my dry sift from trimming, and he's pressing it out.
Yeah, D Urge wants to know how long are you keeping that press down for, Dan?
2 minutes, about 120 seconds.
Okay, there we go.
We're getting towards the end here. Not even hitting any pressure yet. But I'm trying to avoid blowout. But she's got some dark color with some white color mixed in. I'm sure it was multiple strains in this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, she's still dumping, bro.
Sure, there's bands of different hash in the jars.
Yeah, I'll post some pictures on Instagram, some close-up pictures. Sorry, I don't have a good camera.
No worries.
Dude, Amadeus says, don't go chasing waterfalls. You might end up buying a freeze dryer. There you go. You see what's next to
This
Dan?
was
Yeah,
not
he's got the freeze
freeze-dried.
dryer.
This was not freeze dried. So
Okay.
yeah.
Looking good. I'm gonna do a dab while you're pressing a dab, and maybe Scobo a monologue, or someone will monologue.
I'll monologue. Let's see. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bate.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Oh, so that looks pretty good. He's what are we monologuing? What he's doing? He's got some
Whatever you
amber,
want.
got a
What's-
lot lighter on the left there,
Yeah, like I said,
from what I
must
can
have
see.
had some different color in it.
Yeah.
Look good, no blowout. So
Yeah, we'll see how what are you gonna collect it and whip it?
I'll collect it, put it in a jar, and then Sequence can do whatever the heck you want. to do.
Let's
Oh,
sequence
true.
do the rest of it, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Whip your own.
I
shit.
can't wait to smell that.
We're gonna dab it
Um,
later, Baked.
I know, that's what I was just thinking about. Like, wait, we're
Uh,
all meeting up. Cool.
Baked, you did have a question higher up in the chat. They wanted to know what brands of carbon filter you had recommended.
Yeah, the fresh, which is PH
RESSH.
and then what was the Can
Can filter.
Just
It's
can
Can.
filters.
Yeah.
CAN.
Yeah, they're good. I remember doing research. Those are the two
They've been around a long
two
time.
that you can trust. They're using the real deal, carbon or charcoal, whatever the heck it is. And yeah, they actually work, and they work for as long as they say they will.
Yep.
But
Yeah, I still
think
got I got that fresh one still. I just gotta hook it up.
My point would be is, we're talking about maybe you want to have multiple, filters and stuff. Don't think that buying 2 cheap ass filters and 2 fans is going to be the same as buying 1 adequate filter and a fan.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I also don't want to put off people. If you gotta get a Vivo Sun or whatever, get it for now, but just plan to get something better next as soon as you can. They don't work long if they do work, some
Yeah,
of
I've
them.
heard they only last like 2 months.
That's the really downside. They do work, but yeah, it's like, maybe a flower cycle if you're lucky. So just in that flower
That adds
cycle,
up.
try to get the good quality ones so you don't have to worry about it for like a year or two. Some of those
Right.
last really long.
Yeah,
That's why, yeah.
take the double the cost, eat it,
Buy-
and save
Buy
yourself
once,
6
cry
times the money.
once.
Mhm.
Save
Yeah.
yourself some jail time in red state.
So real quick, I brought up earlier the Twizzlers. I forgot it's watermelon Skittles times Trikes F5 feminized autoflower. So that's gonna be pretty tasty, I think. For the 2020 auto race. Ooh, Sequence showing off his turkey sauce.
So you think one of those autos is going to be tall and one's going to be short, or what?
I don't know the other one. Let me get the other one. So that's watermelon Skittles times Trikes F5. It looks like I think this is like a Trikes run they're doing. And then, oh, the Triscuit is Twizzlers F2 times Biscotti Auto F4. And I've never grown biscotti, so I don't know.
Right.
I've never grown Skittles, to be honest. I grew it once and had 3 males out of 3, so I had to get rid of them all. But
Right.
so
That's
I
a
don't
fucking
know.
Curious to
heartbreak,
see.
man. 3 for 3 on males. Ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
no
that just
shit.
means the other seeds
Seeds he got
It
from me.
does. It
should
does,
be
but
females.
it's the lost time. It's
Yeah,
always the
yeah.
lost time I think about.
Well, I got lucky. I ran 6. It was 3 of those, some sort of Skittles. I think Ethos. Yeah, Sequence gave them to me. And then it was 3 of lemon sunrise from Irie, and they were regulars. And I got lucky, and the 3 lemon sunrise were females. So, but yeah, I like variety, so whatever. But yeah, I've never grown them out. So if anybody knows about biscotti and Skittles and how they grow, I'd be interested to hear
Yeah,
what
I'm
they
curious to
think
see 'em.
those crosses will do. I know biscotti. I know some people that love biscotti, and I've always seen good pictures of it. So
Got good turf.
We do have a question
yeah,
in the chat. Is Okie Grower says, how do you get the auto race seeds? You have to get a hold of Great Lakes Genetics. They are running an offer where if you pay the shipping, which is only $7, they will send you the seeds. And I think what was it? 2 seeds of
you get 2 seeds of Twizzler, 2 seeds of Triscuit, unless they're different for different people. I don't know. They come in this really cool little pack. It's got a Chinese proverb, things like that. Let me see
You got to
if I can-
sign up at 2022, don't you?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
mention you want to go to because I went to Great Lakes first because I've used them
Go
a
Dan
lot.
Go.
Yeah, Twizzlers right there. But yeah, you want to sign up at 2020's website first, and I think
Yep.
they let the seed banks that you want to use know that you're signed up, so that they just send it for shipping. But
Don't have
yeah,
good
it was
light
really
here, guys.
quick.
Sorry.
So
Thank
heck
you,
yeah.
Dan. If you want to turn your
Yeah.
trim into rosin, Dan is the guy.
Yeah, and Dan is
I was
showing you
about
how
to
it's done.
say,
Yeah.
yeah.
We need Laffy Taffy.
Laffy
and Dad
Taffy.
Drop.
I don't know anyone else that can do that.
Right.
Uh,
That's
Sequence.
amazing.
I have a question in the chat for you, Sequence. It says, questions about dabbing. Is there a difference between all the types of pearls, bars, and all the things glass blowers are coming out with to go in your banger? Do they all do the same thing?
Well, that's a complicated question. They more or less all do the same thing. They're there to retain heat mostly. Basically, it's to add more material inside of the banger, so it takes longer to cool down so that you can do your dab for a longer amount of time. Depending on the shape of your banger, you're going to have a lot of different kinds of marbles, like pillars for slurpers and all of that sort of stuff. The pillars are there to add more surface area to doing slurpers. But dabs get really complicated. So if you have any questions about specific bangers, you can just send me pictures and I can answer questions or whatever. For simple ones like mine, it's just a flat, it's a round bottom, but it's a flat bottom. You can
Flat
just
bottom, girl.
use like one marble in there and it'll swirl it around. Some people do drop-in inserts where you can put your dabs in the insert and then drop that into your banger. There's a lot of different styles. I like these round bottom ones because it filters all of the extract to the middle, or it kind of tapers it down. So that's really nice. This is made by Bear Quartz. This is the only flat bottom, round bottom one that I've seen.
Is he on Instagram or with,
They are, yeah. Bear
okay.
Quartz on Instagram, yep.
Yeah, because I need a good banger. DH gates are cool, but
That banger was $60, so it's not like Evan Shore.
Exactly. I remember
or,
you telling me it was 60, so that's not bad.
It's more than you would normally pay, but it's a lot better quality than you would get. All my glasses packed, or I would show you, but
Cheers, Rick.
the bangers you'll get at like Wild Bill's or your local stores are welded like crap. They're all mass produced,
They're
ordered
disposables.
off a DH-Gate. Yeah, and they break really. I've broken a bunch of them.
Yeah,
That
I've got
was
my
the
half dirty
the-
tsunami.
Well, that was the first running joke of the show, was how long Sequence could keep a banger for before it broke.
Man, I broke like a banger a week for a month or so.
And you bought a bunch of them from DH
Yeah, I packed up like 8 bangers yesterday. I have no shortage now.
Yeah, I need a slurper if anybody wants to get me a gift for Christmas.
Oh, I like it.
I'll get you a slurper.
So-
I
Dan.
had a
This
slurper,
is-
it got broke already.
This is what
Didn't
was
last
left
long.
over from that press when I collected it. So I'll dab the shit out of
You gotta
all
dab that.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah, bro.
What was your yield on that rosin, Dan?
I don't know. A big ass ball.
Chat's gonna wonder.
I don't know. I don't even have a scale out here. I never weigh anything. I'm bad.
I love that you could play a game of marbles with your rosin.
This is a
Oh,
big
yeah.
ass car, so there's probably 16, 17 grams. I'd say at least.
Northern
Very
grower,
excited.
I think it was 35 grams of
Yeah, dry sift.
dry sift they started with.
We got them out pretty good, man. They're
I'm not sure how
remember
much
what we
flour.
started with, but yeah, they smashed out pretty good.
They were like big pillows.
And I never do 2 presses, man.
No, we were on Dan before the show started because he was setting all the bags up and everything else before we were live. Like, oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you want? I was showing him the jar, and I fucking spilled it all over the keyboard. It was terrible.
I didn't know if you wanted to talk about that on live because now
Yeah, whatever.
Right,
Full
exactly.
disclosure.
Fuck
It was
here.
your,
It's
it was
out.
Your
your
stuff
keys. I
anyway.
felt bad for you. I was like, fuck.
that
Can't
is
believe
funny.
I missed
So
that.
Dan was trying to show the hash that he just pressed for me and poured it on his keyboard, and I was like, "Oh no,
So-
your keyboard!"
Yeah. Dan's got the picture proof.
It is what it is. I'm sorry.
He did pour like 2 grams on his keyboard. That's awful.
Out of 30, so it would have been 38 or something. That's crazy.
I'm not worried about the yield.
Oh, I
am-
collected it
I'm
back
worried
up,
about the
put it back
keyboard.
in the jar, but we lost a little bit. It sucks. All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be in your keys.
Yeah.
Steve wants to know where Spartan is. Spartan is at work right now.
Spartan is growing the dank.
Yes.
Such is life in the commercial industry. Them plants
Well-
never ever
well,
sleep.
That's why we only do this every once in a while, because Dan is
Yeah.
otherwise engaged.
Well, I only have to do 1 weekend every five weeks, so that's not that bad. Or if needed, but I'm only scheduled 1 weekend every 5 weeks, so that's cool. I just did my weekend last week.
Now, there was a question up also asking about what you guys do with the pucks. Do you make butter out of them or whatever?
I am
afterwards?
bringing my pucks down to Spartan Grown, and he's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
Exactly. Make some
RSO.
RSO out of it.
Yeah, that's what we do now. If you don't have an RSO guy, I would soak them in coconut oil and then use that in caps.
You can even decarb them, and you make butter out of it too.
Yep.
Hey, I've thrown mine in a magic butter machine and it didn't rip up the bags or anything.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a surprising because it's got
I
like
was
that macerator
worried.
at the bottom.
I
you
know,
what I mean?
but yeah, but
You said
yeah,
fucking
I
going
use
for
I
it.
use pretty good. You gotta use good bags. None of them Chinese. But yeah, I was really worried. I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. There's gonna be a lot of threading in this, and then it didn't rip them up. Maybe one was a little messed up, but it didn't like mess it up. And you're filtering it anyways. So
Well, it's crazy
got a
because
magic butter machine. Another use for it.
I think about it, and I have a magic butter machine I've had since like 2014, and I've always tried to get the most amount of like cannabis with the least amount of alcohol out of it. So the magic butter machine holds, for the most part, I would put like a fifth and a little bit more in it, and I'm wondering how much stupid stronger it would be being made out of fucking pucks, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I made coconut oil because I always like to make coconut oil for bacon, and I just
Coconut
remember
oil for baking
everybody.
or coconut oil for your bacon?
No,
Hey, you
no,
can
no.
really get down with it, make
Hey,
extra greasy
that's
shit.
Yeah, you could actually,
double
but
whammy.
yeah, they were really potent, is all I remember. So
From what I can remember.
yeah, everybody I gave them to, you tell them
All right.
the
A
old
vague memory.
take it easy, and then you hear it
Dab.
the next day. I fell asleep
Curious what
for
you
half
think,
a
Dan.
day, and shit like that. But yeah, it works. So definitely don't throw away your pucks. What I do is I take a jar, mason jar, and that's my dedicated Rawson puck in the freezer, and just start throwing them in the freezer until you're ready. Maybe when it's full, dump them in your machine or however you're gonna do it. But yeah, I think now that I'm up here, I'm gonna see if I can finagle a Spartan into doing some RSO for me
Would
instead.
recommend. I would
Yeah,
recommend.
yeah, I hear about the days y'all sleep. That sounds
Oh, it's
fun.
really good.
Yeah.
The best sleep ever.
Yeah, I enjoy it. That's why I like edibles. If I take a lot of edibles right before bed, I'll wake up and be like, holy moly, I slept real good last night.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
So that's why I
I
do.
always wake up feeling like new aches that I've never felt before. I'm like, what the fuck? And that's from your muscles being completely jello. You're muted,
Yeah.
Skilbo.
I said, welcome to your 30s, my friend.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
I
just
got
from
one
not
from-
being able to feel your body, so all you can feel is your bones. And you're like,
I got one
"Ugh."
from sequencing, man. I wake up with Forrest Whitaker eye every morning. It's like, this
Blaster
one
eye,
eye is
yeah.
really heavy.
Yeah.
It's like, man. I love
That's some nice fucking rosin.
Cheers, Robert Hazel.
I love how Dan said that.
it.
Yeah, man.
It sounds like it's hitting your brain cells as you're talking.
It was nice and smooth, and the jar was kind of GMO-ish to me. Real
Yeah, I think there's probably some of that in there.
so I was expecting a lot of garlic, but no, it's not offensive at all. I fucking dig it. It's nice.
I
think you'll enjoy it.
can't wait.
Real floral. Tricep usually is the cheers. I had to do my hash time early because I gotta leave at 10 o'clock this morning, guys. So I got bounced out early.
Yeah,
What-
get on the Oregon Trail.
Yeah,
What time
man,
are you expected to arrive at the place where we are going to meet?
where we were all at.
Yeah. I'm
All right.
gonna
Okay.
I'll be there.
get out of here,
Yeah.
jump in the shower, get everything ready, hop on the road. I should be down there by 2-ish.
Perfect.
We might have some pictures. We might have some video of some stuff we're getting together today. We're going to
It's gonna be good.
see Dan. We don't
For
get to
sure.
see him very often.
Exactly. If Dan's in town, even Skilbo's got to come out from the east.
Thanks, man. I can't wait. It's gonna be a great sesh.
Yes.
I'll bring a bunch of flavors with me. As far as flour, I only have one rosin type, but I think you guys will enjoy it. We're gonna have a great time.
We
probably-
are.
We're gonna rent a room so I can stay down there for a while. So,
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Yeah. Good day.
Bringing
good
some
day.
fucking tasty muffins.
right on.
Sweet.
Got
Morning,
your
big
permit
jar.
for south of the wall.
Thanks to
Everything's
Mrs. Porch
good.
Farmer.
Yeah, Mrs. Porch Farmers.
Okay,
making us some
Sequence, look
pineapple
at you
upside
go,
down.
baby.
Ooh, a
Oh,
stack.
shit. It just keeps going.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Bring some stuff. It'll be
Okay.
fun. Be very fun. I'm excited to try these muffins, especially because I don't have to drive.
Yeah, I'll probably be sleeping in my Jeep.
Can't wait to try them. They look
Yeah,
so
they're really
good.
good. They was really good.
Yeah, we're gonna eat those after that chili.
There you go.
Well, that's right. I can smell it up there right now. I hope it's good. I don't know. I was having trouble with the salt shaker, so I gotta keep tasting it and make sure it's okay for y'all. But I'm gonna.
How's
stop.
your salt shaker, Tara?
It's just like
It's
growing.
just
Less
new.
is more.
It's a grinder, and I didn't take the lid off all the way. Well, then I had to unscrew everything, screw it back together, and it still wasn't right. So it's finally working now. I'm just a little tarded. That's all.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a dance move.
No,
I did too. I was trying to
Oh.
work in the chat and I'm listening. I'm like, oh,
I can bring my Oculus though.
Bust up somebody else.
Tara's gonna have.
Beat
You already
Saber.
marked 18 plus, Tara. You can dance if you want.
You can dance if you want to.
You can dance if you wanna.
Thank you. See,
Dude, I,
you
I
made
was
the
thinking
boomer
it in my
joke,
head
Hank.
too. As soon
You're
as you
coming
said
my way,
Listen,
baby.
Good song.
listen, we're all
Yeah.
raised
Yeah.
by boomers.
Yeah.
If we're not a
Yeah,
boomer.
man.
All right.
So,
All right.
Yeah, if you're not one, you're at least heavily influenced by one.
Babies
Yeah.
with boomers.
Hey,
No,
man,
you want
I
to
tell
know
you
that?
what,
I'll tell you.
we're,
Here,
we're
that's a
amongst
good
the best
movie
ones.
song too. There's a lot of movies with that song.
There is, yeah.
And
you want your morning stoner thought is you're getting old when the music you really, really like is being played as music or as the real song inside Meyer or Walmart or some other shit. If you're hearing it in a
That's the
square
one.
place, you know that it's over.
You're like, oh no, my
Yep.
song is in the elevator.
That or it's on the oldie station now at home.
It's like
Lucas
the Britney
Gardens wants to
Spears and
know
shit
if
they
we're
were
going
playing at
to-
the go-karting place.
Blue Kiss, I am not going to Gene Traders. We are headed to a private spot.
Gene Traders.
That's
Correct.
on the other side of the state, I think. And that's,
Yeah, and that's on Sunday too. That's not
Yeah.
today, that's Sunday. So
yeah, unfortunately, I
never
won't
get
be able
do
to make it
shit
to
on
that one.
Sundays.
Beer Band wants to know, has
Yeah,
anybody
but I
tried
bought it.
Humboldt Seed Co?
I want to. They have a good, decent rep for what I hear.
I like
would-
having you
Another
on for
blueberry
these
muffin.
questions, Bates, because you know all the breeders and stuff.
Yeah,
He's got the
I mean, I
Bible.
just haven't bought them yet, but I have like raspberry parfaits on my hit list from them. I want that. They're nice. It's like a lot of their stuff's $90 for 10 feminized or something like that. You can't really beat that.
No.
But yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with them. They supply a lot of big, grow ops. They're known for their blueberry muffin.
Yep,
It's
that's what
got-
I have.
That's a nice looking
pretty-
strain.
Yeah, so I mean, check it. They have a lot of strain variations. They've been around for a while. They're actually from Humboldt. The other one isn't. Humboldt Org is not even, really from Humboldt. So they just name their stuff like that. These guys, they've been around in California for a while. I got nothing against them yet, but I haven't bought any yet, only just because it wasn't like the top of my choice list at the time, but they're in my book. I don't know, grab them, buy some, pop them. I would definitely recommend popping seeds. So
I wonder how many strains some of you would be juggling if we had an unlimited plant count.
All of them.
How many genetics would you honestly be trying to carry?
are
25,
the
30?
banks able to loan money? Is
Uh,
the question.
Every
Like-
seed that I have,
You can
is
always
the
take out a
bottom.
second mortgage, my friend.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Second
I'm trying to, if in that case, there is no yard anymore. It's all indoor.
Yeah.
Everything. I'm just building giant buildings on all my property.
Yep.
Dan, come build it. No.
Right on.
Anything I've ever grown
that's,
except for,
that
like-
space is the shit, man.
We're gonna
Fuck.
be doing a 30 by 40 building this year. So
I know. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah,
That shit's
we're gonna
huge.
go- probably gonna go steel. Just
Yeah.
because
So it's just cheaper, man.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I think that's what mine is.
It is.
It's 32 by 48 and it's a steel building thing with insulation and it's gonna be sick.
Hell
So,
yeah. Good
Dude,
deal.
Yeah,
just
and
the
you can't
number
beat
of
the price,
outlets.
especially if, like Dan, you know what you're doing, so you know
Yeah.
how to put it together.
Yeah.
That's that you can get those
Just-
kits for like what 30 by 40, probably 12 grand for a basic one.
Yeah. Well, the ones where they're like 18.
Okay, yeah, you get some
Which
options and some
isn't
nicer
bad.
ones, but that's
You know,
not
that's
bad because the
doors, man.
30 by 40 is huge.
Well,
That's a good size. Yeah.
what's going to help you is that you can do all of the site prep work and shit like that, because that's where those buildings get expensive. And then like
I'll
$4 grand
just
to
have
run
a
the electric and
concrete,
shit.
concrete guy come in, lay the pad.
Yep.
You know,
Because those
my
buildings
wife-
don't even need to be on a pad. You can build those with just.
Oh
the
yeah,
dirt
you can
floor,
anchor
too.
them to the ground. If you want. We're gonna put a pad down. And bolt
Put
it
the
to
right
that
way?
make a permanent structure. This spring.
Said do it the right way.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
yeah, just get it done.
One of the first houses I looked at had a 20 by 20 metal building on it. I was like, oh, cool. And I went and checked it out, and it was a sand floor. It
Oh
was
yeah.
like
that's-
a huge divot under it. And I was like, what the fuck?
Who does that?
If I did put a grow space in this, I would actually just build a room inside this
Yep.
building and insulate that room versus,
That's my plan.
insulate the building. So,
Good idea.
Easier to control a smaller environment than one large one.
mhm. Yeah. So that's what we plan. And not later on, right now this summer, just get it up. Everything, Goals.
Gotta have them.
Hell yeah.
So I just want to say, Nicholas McCabe asked, "How's the weather compared to down south?" Because I moved from Florida, and he's looking to make a similar move. It's honestly, I mean, it's cold. It's Michigan. You're moving, depending on where you're coming from, you're moving a couple, latitudes or whatever up. So it's cold, but I just got a good coat, and you get used to it in about a month. But I don't know. I came from Florida where the weather can, it can change very sporadically, and you get used to wherever you come from. So cold is cold, hot is hot. And like in the middle of last week, it was 70 degrees out here, which was pretty hot, compared to, the day before where it's like 28.
Right.
So, it's definitely, it's interesting. It's a peninsula. So if you're from Florida, Florida's a peninsula too, so when I thought about that, it makes sense. Just random winds and weather patterns kind of, but it's
Yep.
honestly not bad. These people are prepared up here for all this crap. They've got their power lines underground, mostly where they
Heck
can.
yeah.
So like,
That's
you
the cool thing
know,
about your barn. Is that's how it's set
yeah.
up.
It's it's so nice to hear your view of it. It's very refreshing.
The
Yeah,
amount of
it's-
times that I've heard him
He's heard
say
that story. Yes, that's his story right
a
there.
good coat.
Yep.
Oh,
amount of
well,
times-
Arkham, man.
Dro's got you in the chat. Dro said at least you didn't refer to it as a parka this time.
it is a parka.
It is
That
a fucking
how
parka,
the
though. It is a
designer.
parka.
That's
yeah.
how they labeled it. But I've been given so much shit from these guys that I'll just call it a coat.
Yeah.
It's a good
And
coat.
just get a good
Good
one.
Good
Fuck
coat.
you guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
get a good coat.
spend a couple hundred and get a good one, but it's not that bad. Get some good shoes. That's it. The weather's nice, to be honest. Like, yeah, it'll snow, but it'll dump and then it'll be nice. So as soon as you're done shoveling the driveway, it's nice.
We need to get him up north.
Yeah,
No,
man.
yeah, in
So
the
we're-
As soon as
summer.
you're done
in
shoveling the
summer.
driveway, it'll
So
melt.
we can
so.
show him what nice really is.
I was gonna say there
still
are
have
places
snow,
in
bro.
Michigan baked that have real winter.
Yeah.
We
I
don't
see.
here.
We don't. You don't
Oh,
have
man.
it down there. No.
This is
Cheers,
real winter,
Fredo.
guys. I promise you, this is real winter coming from Florida that doesn't have anything.
All of us in Michigan are just laughing at you right now. We're just waiting, dude. It's cyclical here. Like every 4 or 5 years, you're gonna get pounded.
Yeah.
There is
Well,
that.
Global warming
So,
isn't gonna
like,
help
Listen,
you that quickly.
I'm trying
man.
to sell Michigan here. You guys are pushing this guy away.
No,
Come
No.
to
you
the
do a
mid-
good job.
No,
Like I
it's
said,
honestly it's nice up here. It's yeah.
The best part is
I
you can
can't
always
wait to move
point at your
there.
hand and tell
Yeah.
people where you're at and where you're
Mhm.
going.
yeah.
Yep.
Stay out of the fingertips.
Yeah.
the-
I'm planning to be. I want to be there by summer. That's my
Hey,
plan.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
can't
but
wait
you're
for
trying.
you
You're
to get up
moving
here.
north of the wall. That's
Yeah,
the whole problem. though.
she's making
I
the
hope
jump.
so.
Yeah, I'm going really north.
Buy a snowblower. Captain 420 says first thing. Definitely recommend. I did not do
Yep.
that yet, and now I'm gonna get one.
Dude,
Yeah.
But I'm
the
gonna
question
get a
is,
good
are you gonna
one.
get one that's got a headlight on it or not?
Yeah.
Because the
It's gonna have
headlight
a
ones aren't
headlight.
fucking around. There you go.
It's gonna have a remote, turn the chute
Yep.
and
suggest
self-propelled
chains.
and gas.
Chains
Because-
on your tires.
Oh, chains. Yeah. I
Get to
might have
digging.
to look
Yeah,
into
man.
that. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that'll be the fifth thing then. 5 elements of a snowblower. From a
You heard it
Floridian.
here.
Yeah.
From a Floridian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can get the automatic auger agitation, that's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
The crank one
sh-
sucks. So
Yeah. Hey, but
Crank ones can
crank is
freeze.
better than the crank from what I'm looking at is better than having to get around there
yeah,
and
boy.
move it with your hand though.
There's
So if
one
you-
that has a
yeah.
button. You can just do it with a button.
Yeah.
Boop.
Yeah. Yeah. They
much
get
money do you
pricey
think
though.
this
Yeah, I
guy's
was about
got?
to say they get
Oh, shit.
pricey, But yeah, I don't know. Definitely that's a good
Dan's
tip from
got
Captain
heated
420.
handles.
A
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, I gotta
Rolls
take this
Royce
off.
snowblower.
Dan's not fucking around.
Track. He
I
says
muted you,
track,
Dan.
not tires. That's pretty
I
good.
muted you.
Oh, he muted him.
He thumbed me up too.
Yeah.
He's like,
He
"Hell
knows.
yeah."
He knows what's up.
Yeah, Dan's probably has heated handles and a heated coffee cup holder.
Yep.
Do you get
No.
to just sit in a cab?
Hold
mean,
on.
might
I
as
gotta
well
say-
just,
There you go.
Noof says you need a landscaper or a neighbor kid. $20 goes a long way. No gas, no maintenance. Here's the problem: kids won't do it for $20 anymore. There used to be armadas of kids that would like
You know how
roll
much
the
a
fucking
Fortnite
neighborhoods and
card
shit,
costs?
and they just ain't doing it no more.
I was
Yeah.
one of those kids, man, and I grew
Me
up.
too.
I'm done with it.
But do you
Yep.
see anybody doing it anymore? Are you rushing
I don't
out there
know.
at 5:30 a.m.?
My kids are on Xbox.
Yeah, my kid ain't doing it. He's like, fuck that.
Mike Bake said, "You know how much a Fortnite card is now?"
Yeah, they
Yeah.
gotta get their money's worth. So yeah, I remember I used to live in Pennsylvania for a little bit, and I remember we were that age, and we were like, let's go get money. I mean, this was early 2000s, so it was a little bit better. But I remember screwing up, and we just took every job. And back then, it's landline, so old lady calls you, and we're like, oh yeah, we're coming down the street.
On my way.
We get to this house. And we were flat rate.
That was the first mistake.
Yeah.
Oh no, dude!
This fucking
Like
driveway took us
20
all
bucks.
day, and we were tired as crap. Oh my god.
Killed you.
We
10 bucks.
literally but luckily it was enough. It was the last 20 bucks we needed for whatever game or whatever we wanted back then. So
It's worth it.
You
but
learned
yeah,
a thing or
but
two
definitely,
about
and
business.
we learned flat rate. No, yeah,
Yeah.
not in snow shoveling.
No, you need somebody to go out and bid the jobs.
Yep, I'll be
Yeah.
on my way here. to get quotes.
Fredo thinks I'm young. 2000. Get out of here, boomer.
Yeah, they
Get out of here, boomer. Booming.
That's probably about the time the sequence was running around with his shovel
Hashtag.
brigade, man.
Oh, dude,
Probably about
I
that.
still like shoveling. It's a good time. Get you
Shout out Durant.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, and that's
strong
the thing.
back.
I'd
good
rather
exercise.
shovel than mow in the blazing hot Florida sun.
I will say
for
that
the
Yeah, Fredo. I hear you, man. See, Fredo knows what's up. The 80s was a struggle, bro.
people die shoveling snow like all the
That's
time.
what I wanted to say is here's the thing, man. I'm
Not with
almost
the good
50 years
code.
old. I am not trying to die
Good
at the end of
code,
my
he says.
fucking driveway, man, with a heart attack. The thing that we notice here is that there's different kinds of snow. So
I'm
the
actually
warmer
not
the warmer
upset.
that it is, the bigger the flakes are, and that's that heavy wet shit. When it gets down like below 17,
heavy wet shit.
that's when you get the ice shit. Now the problem is what we'll have here is we will have sleet at first, and then so that'll start doing, comes down, nobody clears it off yet. That shit freezes, then it starts the wet shit on top of it. So then you've got a crust in between your driveway and everything else. The struggle is real, my friends.
Have you ever caught your shins on that shit walking through it? Like as a
Right on
kid?
top of the ankles, yeah, man.
Fuck yeah, man. Damn, that would let you know you're alive.
I just like driving on the driveway for like 3 days while it snows and then
No.
never being able to get
What?
it off.
No, you plowed your driveway with the caddy this year, my friend, before the show. Remember?
I did. I've also gotten stuck in my driveway this year too.
It is
Do
like
laps.
buffalo herb.
It's almost hash time. I just want to mention 3-minute warning.
2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes. Wow. You got
2-minute warning, my friend.
Wow, that was technical though. I watched the
Yeah.
clock flip.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I looked down. I was like 57. Oh, 58. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he really fucked you on that one.
So right before the
Learn to
hash
tell time,
time,
boomer.
I mentioned the Chinese proverb, but I didn't know it was plant related on this 2020 pack. I'd like to read it. Right. I think it's
Got a
great.
poem I'd like to read?
The best time to
Profound.
plant a tree was 20 years ago. The
Yes.
second best time is now.
Yes.
Oh, I'm feeling enlightened today. So thanks.
Point of personal preference.
2020.
I think I read that on a bottle of fucking booch or something.
That hit deep.
It probably is. Well, I guess I don't want to go early. Don't want to jump the gun.
Cheers, Painted Babe.
I know I'm ready.
Got my dirty card cap. Got
Work
some
shit out.
different sequence trim on.
I am smoking some of this blue gelato. That's what I'm
Mm.
bringing me with me today. That and some roller balls, all that good shit, man. We'll be straight.
Yes, I need refilled. I've been passing them out to people that I've been.
You gotta keep one for
Meeting.
yourself. Yeah, man.
Speaking of meetings, hold on before I forget. Oh, what is it? Okay, I think I can get this in.
You forget.
So huge shout out to my Dick's Edibles here. They're little peepees. They're so
Little
cute.
peepees.
But they don't have to be little
They're so
peepees. They
cute.
could be little squares too. But I think the little peepees are so cute. But it's Dick's Edibles, and it is so good. I love the taste. They've got a whole bunch of different ones. They've got sour ones, but obviously the novelty of the little peepees got me too.
I'm having a hard
I am
time taking this
cracking
one
up.
seriously.
What a,
Well, I wanted to try
Nut
to.
tree
I
there?
didn't
what a
wanna
way
make
to
it
bring
till we
in
get in trouble.
Hashtag.
So
Is a nut tree there?
no,
Sour one.
Well,
Hold
you
on,
just-
it's
I have
dab
to ask
time.
him about this pee-pee thing.
Troy, what the fuck, man?
It's dab
I'm
time.
just
I gotta
trying to
focus.
keep it PG here, you know, and
PP or
not get
PG?
us in trouble.
These
I'm gonna
PP.
ask Troy if you call it a pee-pee, and if
Tara, I've been dropping F-bombs the whole
Sour
show,
ones.
like every show, and you're worried about saying penises.
Really don't like the word penis, actually.
his
So that's what
brand
I
name
was
is
like.
Dix.
I'd
His
rather
brand
say
name
dick.
is Dix.
So I like it actually. So grab a bag of dicks. But they're so super
fun.
yummy. Absolutely yummy and great high. Makes me feel real good. I didn't have to smoke a bunch. Love it. So Detroit Dicks Medibles. Going to pick some up after I get off here, as a matter of fact.
He
Go pick up
was
some
in
more
the
dicks.
chat, but I haven't seen his name.
I'm
since
picking
we
up a
got
big
on.
old bag of dicks.
So maybe
And
you
I'm
can-
also smoking on some Droz Grows GMO
We love you, Tara.
baller jar. I love
Hell
you
yeah,
guys.
that's a baller jar.
Sorry, I'm high as fuck. You can't tell.
It is a baller jar GMO.
Oh,
Jealous
that
of
was-
that.
that was my divorce
Yeah.
gift. I'm still being real good about it. Ooh, I can't wait to try some. I've already had some.
Dab this
but I
one for
wanna try
hash
some
time.
more.
Oh,
Okay, I'll shut up.
Now, that's the blend. That's almost a dank man size. Almost.
This is like the funky, I called it Death Star because it reminds me a lot of the Death Star. Really funky, chemi, gassy. Mm.
Dude, that's what I miss. I miss the gas. I haven't, I got this
Fair
GG4 that's
play.
fucking finishing off now, and I just can't wait to go in there and smell it this morning when it comes on. I just need to smoke some.
GMO will be the first thing that I put into flower in the new house. It's the biggest plant that I have right now. So I'm really excited for that.
I think I'm on day 64 or 65 of flower now.
getting close.
Yeah, well, I got the GMO in there, and I'm taking that 78. The primal is just everything you said that it was, man. The first time through, I put it into the 4x8 bed. I have 4 of the 240-watt 4x2 lights. So I have the light low where I can get it, but I have a humongous GG4 next to it. So it's like out of the prime zone for yield.
Right on.
But the expression, the frost, and the smell is just, once it gets in your nose, you can't get it out. It's so sweet, man.
I love it. I love it. I'm glad you enjoy it. Really am. It's a
Oh,
keeper cut for sure.
Uncle Fredo says, I'm going to admit to the chat, he's never dabbed before. Well, I met him, I think it was 2 weeks ago now. And I told him that the next time that we have a large group gathering, the time like that we'd love to have him come there. So if you want to remain a dab virgin until that time, we will definitely take care of you.
That's all right. We will.
We're happy to give you like as small or as big of dabs as you want to have. So you can have the full experience or you
Yeah.
can
Get
You
the
can
skill bow.
walk into it.
Get the skill bow thing where you just get the whoop, small amount.
because you can sweat and be high for hours, or you can really enjoy yourself. One or the other.
Big Jar also says that he's never dabbed either. Well, that changes today, my friend.
Oh, definitely.
Boom. Hell yeah.
I'm bringing my rig and an enormous amount of concentrate, so we should be good.
Should I bring a rig too?
I got the e-nail already.
You guys-
and I
you
got
guys
my
are
You
rig.
guys are going to have 5 things set up, man.
I ain't gonna bring one.
He
then.
said I might wig out.
Well, if you don't take it, then don't break it.
I think
That's
Char's looking for a ride.
the only thing
I have
is
a Pelican case for my rig, so I'll bring it with me.
what's
I
a
need to
Pelican
get
case?
one.
Fancy?
Not
Is
a
that like
Pelican case, but they're
hard
nice.
plastic
case.
ones?
Those black
Yeah.
military cases, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get one of those.
Slush 95. Do dabs increase your tolerance?
Nope. Well, maybe.
No, I don't
I
think they
still
do.
smoke. I smoke joints a lot.
So
All day.
I dab
The
almost.
Glass Girl says, yeah, got it right there.
I dab almost constantly, and when I smoke flower, it does get me really high. So I would say that it doesn't really change my tolerance at all.
But you can go from
Dabs
smoking.
and flower both get me high. You know,
Yep.
I dab. That's it. That's all I smoke when I'm at home. And when I'm out with you guys, I smoke joints. I still get high. You know, so no big deal.
Cheers, Select.
Yeah, cheers, Select Fino. Talking about fucking flavors and dabs, man.
Exactly. He's harvesting his ladies this weekend. Whew.
What's he bringing down?
Oh darn it! I'm gonna mess them up. Strawberry pie and help me select.
Yeti was another guy when I met him this
And
last
guava,
summer.
maybe?
Yeti could smoke like one joint or do 3 giant dabs because he's so, you know, acclimated to dabs, but not smoking flower, which I thought was
Guava.
Grape guava. Okay, so I knew it was a guava. I just couldn't remember the rest of it. Okay. Oh, it smells so good when I was there. Shoo-wee. Oh. Whew.
Bloom is so good, man. I can't wait to grow some Bloom Seed Co.
Yeah, I've got some going right now. 90
Okay.
micron. And
Oh boy.
it's called Smoothie. Pretty excited. They're regs though, so we'll see if they're male or female.
Interesting. How many do you have? Do you have enough where you can get
No,
females?
it's 4.
Oh, okay.
But Normish Micro, he's the one that gifted them to me. He's got the rest of them going. So between us, I'm sure we'll find.
Oh. The question is, when he did his run, did he get all the females?
His run, we're within weeks of each other, seedlings. So still young. As soon as he got them, he popped them. He brought them over here, gifted them to me, and I popped them right away. So we're running them both at the same time.
High and Tight says sequence we are hanging on to a single dab hits worth of ice cream cake from Yeti that we got at South Haven. He has some great stuff too. High and Tight going full skillbo on hoarding the old fucking dabs.
That's a good segue into the new clones I just got because I got ice cream cake and I got runts and apple fritter and Liberty Haze. So very, very excited to run that stuff in the new place. What do you think I should run first, Gilbo? The Runts clones were really big, really tall.
All of it.
Okay. Well, I mean, let's talk about it. What flavors what are we going to see here out of these, do you think? What do you-
Liberty is supposed to be lime because I looked that one up. I used to but smoke Liberty Haze a long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago.
Yeah, very excited for that one. I don't know what the fuck the
Well, you've
Runts
talked
is supposed
about-
to taste like.
You've talked about ice cream cake and wanting that for so long.
Yeah, it just grows those super dense snugs. Very beautiful, super dense snugs. My damn squeaky chair.
I go with the Liberty myself.
See, I had Liberty Haze in 2011. Yeah, it was even before I started growing. A buddy of mine grew it out. And your mileage may vary with it. I didn't get lucky enough to have any kind of lime flavors from that. That was more hazy. So the fact that you're getting a known clone from somebody though is nice because you can say, oh, when they grow it out, they're able to bring this out of it or that out of it, and you know what you're shooting for too.
True. Or I like knowing that it's the legit thing, right? So potentially, maybe you
You're the
didn't
only
have the
brother
right clone or
slinging
whatever.
runs.
Well, no, not that, but just knowing that it's the real one. So when you do get to grow it, you know that you got the data
Right.
you were looking for.
Yep.
I feel that way about both GMO and GG4.
Right. Because before we were us, as we are now, knowing if you had the real GG4 was a lot harder, but you always hoped that you had it. So it's nice being able to source that kind of stuff now.
Yep, and I have Doc's GG4 ready to go and flower here shortly. Anytime. Pretty excited about that.
Dude, I got an ounce of that the last time I seen him. And I have
good.
fucking been smoking the shit out of it. But I'll be like, I'll throw one butt of that in there and then I'll throw something of mine in there because I miss the glue mixes with everything. And it's just one of my, I know that people outside of Michigan, they're like, fuck glue, glue's old, blah, 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 whatever. I feel you, man. I've been smoking it for years, but I just really, really feel like
Still
it does the
good.
trick for me, man. Yeah, it just,
Oh, it makes
I
it
don't get
rosin.
sick of it. I don't get sick
Yeah,
of
I've
it.
always loved it.
Docs is phenomenal. So I really good GG4.
I liked when it made its resurgence in the Grease Monkey recently that Exotic did.
Well, Sequence and I have been a fan of his Citra glue for, 2 years now?
Yeah.
Sigil Blue's phenomenal.
Still got that.
Good. That's good
Ooh.
to know.
Jimmy One Life says that real GG4, he's been growing it for 5 years, but he's got Primal Punch from MG1 about to pop to replace it. That's what we were talking about, Dan and I, is Dan's Primal Punch is the F1. And thank you, Dan. Yeah, he just holds up a big pillow of it.
Hey guys, so sorry to cut you off. I gotta bounce, man.
Cheers.
Yeah, you
Jesus.
said
See you in a
10,
little
now you're gonna
while,
be
man.
late.
We'll see you later,
I
Dan.
haven't seen
Ten
it in a
11.
Good
while.
conversation.
Think I'll,
Good
sorry.
grief.
Can't wait to dab
Yeah.
something from you.
Yeah, man. We'll see you guys
See you,
here.
Dan. Love you, buddy.
Safe.
Have a good day, chat.
See it too.
Right on, bro.
Dude, yeah, that Primal, don't sleep on that. Shout out to MedGrower One and MG1 Seed Co. as a fellow Michigan grower. Really, really nice guy. And if you haven't caught it before, we did a podcast with him long time ago now, Sequence. It's been how long has that been?
Wow. Year and a
You guys
half.
found the wrong guy.
Yeah,
Year and a half.
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about that.
You can find them on empirebreedingco.com. That's
Yep.
their supplier of
Ooh,
seeds.
and while you're
Exotic
there,
bird feed, I mean.
while you're there,
Um,
make sure you grab a pack of the Empire Breeding. If they have, which one is it? The beard,
Let me see what they got for you.
beard on fire.
I
So
got it
we'll-
on here.
Beard on Fire. I've been wanting to pick that up.
Empire Breeding
Oh, it was so good.
We have the Primal F2, Primal Punch F2 running right now in flower.
Oh yeah.
Looks
Yes,
like Beard
blue
on
is good for
Fire is
stomach issues,
not
too.
on sale.
Yeah, it sells out pretty quick.
Yeah, but they got from MG1, they got Silverback Gelato. I hadn't heard of that. And Primal Punch is still up there. That's not, and the prices you can't beat. Feminized, 60
Barbecue
bucks.
Gorilla.
No, you can't beat them.
He did a S1. Oh, he did a S1 for those who like Fems. That's pretty nice. But yeah, and then they've got some other breeders on there. I haven't tried any of them, but they're supposed to be good, like Empire Breeding Co.
I think
Yeah.
MedGrower was talking about doing a fem of
Yes.
string that he's doing now.
That's what I was saying. He femmed the Primal Punch.
Yeah.
Which is on, I forgot he was getting into fems.
And now that's the F2 that got found, right?
Let's click it.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the F2 that got found. Yeah, Strong Silent Type said GG4 is good for stomach issues, and Blue Kiss chimed in and said that's good to know. Yeah. My adult daughter has Crohn's, so it's always nice for me to know what I could give her to try. The only problem is that she has like absolutely no tolerance. So if I was to give her some GG4, she would be off in La La Land.
Yeah.
He's 50-50 with some
You
CBD.
look like you're in La La Land, Scobo.
Nah, I'm chilling, man.
Fucking
He's in the
floating around.
lick.
I don't want to take away from this beautiful sunrise backdrop that I've got that is something that actually Dro grows. He took this picture during one of his wake and bakes while he was on vacation.
Oh,
So
that's dope.
I asked him at the time, I was like, dude, I would love to use that as a background. Do you mind? He's like, no, shit, man, cool. So that's what you're looking at is a Dro grows wake and bake.
That was such a
Oh
beautiful
yeah.
thing.
Do you wear like a green shirt
Always.
Yeah, he's wearing a
Oh.
green shirt.
on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay.
He wants.
No, not on purpose. It's dude. I have mostly green apparel.
I was about to say I can send you some other colors if you need it for the show. Like, jeez.
If you want to be able to show up on camera, we can
You
hook
can
up
send
with
me
it.
some
Yeah.
other colors if you want. I don't like to shop.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to shop, so you could send me something if you want.
Terry, you can wear Skilbo's green shirts and then
Okay, I don't care.
send
As
him
long as
your
I don't
black.
have to shop for it, I don't give two shits.
I'm
I
bringing
hate
green.
to
I'm
shop.
bringing a different color shirt for him today.
I'm probably the only girl in the world that hates to shop, but you're looking at it.
She
What
says
about
that, but when
what
she
about
comes around with a
online
big
shopping?
no, she
Nope,
comes
I don't
around
even
to these.
I don't even online shop. I
Wait
only
a
shop
minute.
for what I
Wait
need.
a minute.
I'm with
Sequence,
Skilbo here.
don't even try it. Tara comes around with a toolbox full of fucking different people's concentrates. Don't let her kid you and think that she doesn't do any kind of shopping.
There's
She
that.
she comes from South and shops like crazy. Now go
She
ahead.
also
Sequence.
comes with shopping bags full
I
of
gotta show you.
snacks.
So
Yes.
hold on, I gotta show you what I did.
Snacks.
Thank you, Sequence.
She's always
So,
bringing like,
I
especially when my kids are around.
saw my son the other night and his buddy and his girlfriend, and I came because I knew that he was gonna get some smoke. And this is the way I travel with my skunk bag because it's safer for me. But this is my skunk bag. This is how I travel, and it's a suitcase. But this is how I travel. So I brought my suitcase, and I also brought this. So I
There
put
it
this
is.
up on the table, and my son's buddy's like, "Here," he goes, "Can I see your weed box?" And grabbed it from me. I was like, "That's not my weed box." I was like, "That's my weed box. It is my suitcase." He just shook his head. He's like, "Mama TT." It's funny. So,
Cheers, Irish Wanderer.
you know, it's how I roll. It's a big old suitcase. Shopping bags full of candy.
What you got baked? Ooh, good job on the focus, my friend.
What a
And Frosty
Thanks.
too. Pro, man.
Wish I could do that. Hang on.
I'm impressed.
I want to do that. Can I do that?
Yes, you can, Tara. Come on.
I can.
Yeah, hold it
Okay.
up. Now pull it back and in the picture.
oh, pretty good.
Is that okay?
That's
No,
not bad.
there we go.
It flashed in on there. There you go.
It's there.
That's the purple haze gelato. I love this.
Nice.
I'm trimming some to take with me.
Nice, nice.
Cheers, Atomic Spoon.
We smoke so much flower when we get together like this. I wish I could explain to the
Dude, that's
chat.
I'm
I'm not even driving this time, so I'm straight.
definitely riding dirty.
We smoke
Driving
so
this
much.
Skilbo. That's what it's gonna be.
We smoke for hours and it never ever stops. The same when me and Spartan stop by Bake's house
Good.
and
Then
the nurse just rolls up joints for like 2
Yeah.
hours straight.
that's what I told Bacon when he came on. It's like, oh, she should come too, man. We promise we won't make her roll.
Yeah, she doesn't have to roll all the joints, but she just
No.
does.
Yeah.
It's cool for me because I'm always the one that gets stuck rolling all the joints.
Oh, it's
That's why I
red.
like this thing.
We got red today?
Boom.
Or is red
Yeah.
working?
I'm not sure if Red's coming out or not.
Red said, are you still in the chat?
I don't know. I haven't seen him for a bit. He might be working. I didn't hear.
What was that, Porch?
It's an
A
automatic
rod-
rolling machine.
Yeah, my
Oh.
automatic roller box, bro. Boom, you put your weed
Oh,
in
I've
there.
seen
Are
those
you
before.
bringing
Those
that?
are old,
I'd
man.
like to see how well that works as somebody
Hey,
who
come up
sustains the
here.
process of rolling but enjoys the
Yeah.
joint.
What are you doing
There it
with
is.
your life?
There it is.
I'll roll them all
Dude,
day,
If
but
you
like,
put your weed in there, then you just shut the lid and it pops out.
yeah, like,
No,
dude,
man.
I'm all about
Perfect joints.
human advancement in technology. So
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Dude, you don't need to get fancier.
I can
If you
probably
want
roll
that,
a joint
just like
faster than that
this.
thing.
You
And
may
that
be
thing.
able to. You
No
I-
way.
but you know what? That's
yeah,
just
but
you
sequence.
because you have
Yeah, I was
gotten
about
to
to
the
say
point of doing it.
sequence. You can't teleport either, so I can't
Right.
use you when
Exactly.
you're not here.
Whatever.
What is
Exactly.
that good?
Oh,
for?
now he wants to use me. Oh, good.
Everybody
Well.
wants to use you, baby.
The subject of the matter is getting a joint rolled from my mouth.
No, the only thing is you have to be careful which ones you buy because they roll them
Yeah.
as different amounts. It's very hard to find something that you can use. Like they make a big ass Juicy J's roller. You guys ever seen that huge one that takes the I don't know what size those papers are. Are they doubles or something like that? But you can roll some Doc Dankenstein style cannons out of those, man. Like,
Cannons.
yeah, they look like a fucking highlighter.
Doc actually sent me the roller that he uses to roll the dock. It's right here.
Yeah, it's a Juicy J, isn't it?
No, it's hold on. It's green, of course.
Oh, it's a Zen roller. Okay, yeah.
Zen cigar roller. It's on Amazon.
Y'all were kept
It's
on me
king-
about
it's
having
king-
green.
It's king size. So that's
Yeah.
the size papers that this uses. But yeah, it rolls big fucking joints. Here to give you an idea.
Well, the nice thing is if you roll those up and you don't want to roll them too tight. If it's got room on the end of it, just basically tamp it down. Just scoop a little bit more in the end. Keep tamping it down till you get it to the point you want it. Rock and roll. I can't believe the Glass Girl 420 Grow, it says uses Randy's wire rolling papers. Those are an absolute blast from the 80s right there, man.
I've seen them, but
they
never
got the-
bought them.
I've never bought them, but I've definitely had them a time or two. But there's that wire that's embedded in there. So as it burns down, you're just using that.
What?
Yeah, like a built-in roach clip.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, this raw box, the roller bar is adjustable. You can make the joints bigger or smaller. But the biggest setting won't fit out the ejection tray. So you'd have to like mill that out.
Oh,
But yeah, it'll roll fucking cannons, but they won't fit out.
You can also buy rolling papers on the roll too, which is an interesting thing to get the size you want.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a rolling contest where we roll king size. Then I'll roll by hand, and you can use your machine.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll bring mine.
let's do it.
Ooh, we got
I got a
time
king size
categories,
machine.
Time
Got
categories,
quality
the draw. How does it
hacking.
draw?
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh, yeah.
draw.
Yeah, dude.
You have to put a filter in yours, Porch, afterwards still?
No, you can put
No,
the filter
no,
right
you
in
can
there
put it
and
right
roll
in.
it right with it.
Oh,
So you load the filter
wow.
in the corner and then you fill the whole area full of it and you just keep packing it over
We
until you
can't
get-
judge the filter
Bam.
design because I know Sequence can bust out some letters and shit. But
Yeah, I know we can use some pre-made filters or something.
yeah, we'll just do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we're gonna have a blast with
We're gonna
that.
have the variables.
This is like
Variable.
I don't know if you're trying to roll a fucking cannon, dude. You got to be an adjustable filter, not a pre-made. Or it'd have to
Yes.
be a pretty big
Oh
pre-made
yeah,
shit!
filter.
Now you're
is.
gonna trigger me. I can't find those anywhere.
No, you just gotta take 3
I've
and
got
roll
them.
them up.
I've got
So
them.
you
It's good.
roll up one, then stick it
I've got
inside of
them
the
in
other
my
one and
ticket
roll that
bag
up
right
too.
here.
Yep. Dude, years ago, somebody made this gigantic joint roller, and it was a dude that was making them out of wood, and they were fucking like 18 or 20 inches long. I wish anybody in the chat, if you know what I'm talking about, I wish I could find it because I would totally buy one. Because then you buy the papers on the roll, so you just take it out, cut the paper the size you want, drop it in this gigantic. This thing will roll a joint like the size of the gigantic. The raw cones that you can buy, like if your buddy's getting married or something.
Somebody
like
get this
that.
man a thesaurus.
Dude, at thesaurus. It was the smartest of all dinosaurs. Sequence. Never forget that. The thesaurus.
I remember them on the Land Before Time.
I like that a lot.
That's probably the greatest dad joke.
Boomers. Cheers, Chad. I hope everybody's enjoying the Wake and Bake with us this morning. If you get a chance, make sure you pop out and show us some feedback with a like or a dislike or whatever, a comment. We don't care. Hopefully you're subscribed. And if you do not, make sure that you have notifications selected for us. That way you know when we go live.
That. Thanks
Cheers.
for joining us on the Wake and Bake. Of course, check out our sponsors that we didn't shout out at the beginning of the show. 2020 Mendocino, Easy Swap Pots, and State Genetics. State Genetics has a crazy Instagram full of fire-looking stuff. 2020 is giving away free seeds. Easy Swap Pots is getting ready to do a giveaway we're working on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Sequence with the perfect dovetailed follow-up segue right there, man. I'm
That was
impressed.
fucking smooth. That was smooth.
That was like Red Setter Farm smooth.
Yikes. Oh, the edible chat. Let's see how much
yeah, we're gonna
RSO
do
I can
the-
fit in a cap.
Yeah, now
Do
that's
it.
the other thing is we want to shout out is
Yeah,
that
now.
this week, Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, some of us from the show will be on Embracing Organics. So if you guys have never checked them out before, they are they're just like us, man. They've got all kinds of cool people on there. Okay, what do you got? I'm like a golden retriever.
This is a 00, right?
Oh,
Double
yeah.
O caps.
Ooh.
I
I'm
think
gonna
you can
see how
get-
much I can fit in there. I'm gonna tear
I think
out
you
my
can fit a
scale.
gram. Because
Oh, yeah, more than
it'll-
that.
Yeah. I did
2.7.
mine. I filled the large side of a cap, and I think it was like 0.86, 0.87, something like that.
So the cap tears at 0.12.
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna take me a minute. I'm not gonna make a mess or anything, so don't wait
That's
for me.
that's
I'll
the
just let
hardest
you know.
part. Yeah. That's one thing. Let's talk about viscosity of RSO. So, if you're making this, how much? Yeah, there we go. That's an easier consistency to work with. The first time that I made RSO, I reduced it too much. So it was coming out making like the air sounds coming through it, like I reduced it too much. So one of the things that I had asked Spartan about, I was like, how are you getting such a good consistency like that? And he said that when he gets down towards the end of reducing things, that he actually uses one of these. This is like an old school boomer style coffee mug warmer thing. So you would just put whatever your thing was in here, put it on low, and keep an eye on it. So it's a good little tech for at home. Nick says RSO gross only Fico.
I saw
Where
that.
it's all the same thing. One is RSO stands for Rick Simpson oil, which is what a lot of us older people use. Fico just stands for fully extracted cannabis oil. It's all the same thing.
Even the recipe for RSO has changed to include ethanol alcohol now.
Yeah. I'm going to roll up some early lemon berry since I was
Ooh,
talking about my buddy Doc Dankenstein this morning. So
that sounds like a
Nice.
nice cross. I love berries and I like
Yeah.
lemon.
yeah, it's a nice one.
Oh yeah.
That's why I picked up that West Coast sour diesel. It's supposed to be lemony.
Lemony
Yeah.
Snickets, baby.
That should be a good one. That's crazy, West Coast.
Yep.
Like we were talking about.
1.06 grams.
I said
in a
one. Yeah.
Full
Oh
cap.
boy,
Thank
very,
you.
You're
very
gonna,
I was
eat
close,
that
man.
now?
Very, very good. No, this is for the EO crossover show.
Oh, okay.
So that's
I
like a
was gonna say-
bedtime
Dude,
dose
yeah, you
right
take
there,
you
man.
Yeah.
take 1 gram right now. You're gonna be
Like,
3
wait,
sheets to the wind by 2 o'clock.
Not a
bro.
bedtime
Yeah.
dose, but it'd be a long fucking day, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Now let's
I wouldn't
smoke
wanna
with
drive.
46 joints and 13 dabs on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we can do a dab for every 5 minutes or
Oh
less.
Yeah.
We're having an email.
no.
It'd be intense.
We hotboxed my car in a
Am I
parking
supposed to
lot
bring my email?
with a dab.
I got
rig.
it.
Okay.
I got it.
That was cool.
Tara was there. Horse farmer was there.
It was cool. Awfully large rig to be a hot box in a car in a parking lot, but we got it done.
Get it done.
It worked.
I like the way you talk about my rig, dude.
State facts, man.
After the crossover show, I believe that they wanted some of us to do some edibles. They did the edible show where they all did 250 milligrams.
It was cool.
It was a fun show to watch. I was like, oh, I could do that easy.
Yeah.
Now you got to nut up. I've done the full cap before though, so I know what I'm in for. Spartan said he won't do it. He said he would do 0.7 or 0.8 though.
Yeah, I did, and it was a lot.
You did a full cap?
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
I lost my cap, so I started raw dogging it again. You just put it right on the tongue, and you can get a lot.
Oh,
You
okay.
can
Okay.
get really fucking high.
So
I
Red
need to
does
find my caps again.
Red does
'Cause that's not good.
forkfuls and you
Yeah.
do raw dogs.
Yeah, you just raw dog it right to the tongue, dude. Just you build a little tower.
Yeah.
Fucking send it.
You get too creative
And,
and you're fucked up.
Yeah, you get fucked up. Sleep really good. Wake up with one eye barely open.
But that's the Forrest Whitaker, right?
That's the Forrest
Exactly.
Whitaker I wake up with every morning.
Through that.
I love it.
Cheers, everyone.
Fire
Cheers.
Dabsky.
I can smell that chili.
It's
Painted lady said
Better
she
be
raw
good.
dogged her cat yesterday.
This better not be all smell.
That's what's. I don't smell any muffins. My wife's supposed to be cooking muffins.
Cheers, painted lady.
You send her a text message.
Muffins. She's on it.
Mom, meatloaf.
Family Farm says I've heard 2 stories of people taking dabs off the Hot Rock at Black Rock Steakhouse.
Oh, that would be cool.
Mom,
Okay.
meatloaf.
You could do it with a nectar collector. Sneak a nectar collector in there.
I just sit in the corner.
Go to hibachi. Could you get kicked out of the hibachi plate? They
I'm
wouldn't
pretty
kick you
sure.
out without making you pay first, right?
Oh, for sure.
Take it up with the police department.
It's so expensive.
They're such
Man.
quiet people. I think they would just kind of stare at you.
Listen, if you're gonna spray sake into my mouth, I'm gonna do a dab off this hibachi grill. All right.
give me a cup and a knife
Get a straw.
Right,
Doing them
right
off
now.
the table.
and a straw. Well, you can't get straws some places now.
That's true. Some
gotta be
places you
careful with
That's
that.
the West Coast.
Don't
That's
worry.
the West Coast.
I brought my own.
One of those aluminum ones that stays cold.
No, I just bring a pack of
Courts,
the
that's exactly what I
plastic
was
ones
thinking
they
too.
don't like.
Those metal boys.
And then,
Yeah.
They got the ones that like, and they fit in your pocket real small, so you can like Inspector Gadget.
It's like I was just gonna say it's a go-go
I'm ready.
gadget, man.
And
Yeah,
they're like,
brother.
holy shit, this dude's about his drinking. And you're like, no, no, no. I'm dabbing off this hibachi. Step away.
Step away.
It's my
Yeah.
dab straw.
Yeah.
No, just
my
pass him the
dad's-
straw at the end. You next?
Yeah.
Oh my
Who's
Yeah,
next?
line up, dude.
Gotta
Why are you
get the,
calling
gotta,
security? I'm sharing with you.
yeah. Come
I
on,
think
chef.
I was a poor customer choking to death because I'd be coughing so bad. Damn, Tara laughed so hard we knocked her off the video.
Oh, Lord.
She probably dropped her phone into a cup of water or something.
Oh, sitting at your desk?
Tara has some adventures.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Forest Farmer, what are you dabbing right now?
I'm not sure. I found it on my shelf in wax
Oh.
paper.
In wax
It's-
paper. Okay.
Oh, you can't see
It's
it.
gone.
Yeah, it must, yeah.
Boom. Put it chest level.
It's not bad looking stuff.
No, it's not. bad.
Light
It tastes
looking.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just keep seeing weed in the background. That was my forbidden fruit I grew a long ass time ago.
That was some good cola, good training.
Yeah, that's just one plant. It was like 6 feet
Oh.
wide. It was sweet.
Nice.
What do you flower under?
I've got 2. Well, they're all LEDs.
Okay.
Yeah, bunch of between 480 and 600 watt.
She's back.
Sorry, I'm an old lady. I had to go to the bathroom. Y'all got me laughing.
That's
I had to check the chili too.
I
Make
did
sure it's
check
edible.
the chili. Yeah,
Which
exactly.
order? Which order?
You know which order. And I washed my hands too, boys.
Oh yeah, I bet she did. Tara's cooked for us a bunch of times, especially at South Haven. We got a bunch of video of it.
And
Very,
I didn't
very
wash
good
my
stuff.
hands then.
Yeah, she's a great.
I never got sick.
Teasing.
Copious amounts of cannabis protected us all.
The dab bar was really cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
Need to clean my banger before it cools down.
we'll have a new dab bar every time we have an event for sure. We can't go without the e-nail. The e-nail was on for like 72 hours that weekend.
Battle tested.
Oh yeah, mine I forget to turn off sometimes. It'll go for days.
ours goes off after a while.
Oh,
Safety features.
yeah.
Interesting.
Must be newer.
I have a new controller box in my desk here because I had one that broke, but they sent me a new one right away.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
hell yeah. What brand is that?
Disorderly conduction. So if you run into any trouble with one,
You're still not sponsored by them, so, you know.
Yeah, I'm not sponsored by them, so don't buy one. But if you do buy one, and run into trouble, they'll warranty it.
See if that works, right?
Actually, I know what this rosin is now. This actually came from Nurse Geek. She gave me this. It was
Oh,
Garlic Storm.
What?
Man, it might have been Garlic Storm, I think. When we were there visiting.
interesting.
Yeah, because it came out of my travel bag. I forgot all about it, and I found it on my shelf.
Damn. That
Sequence,
would have
did you
been.
keep that?
What's that?
I was wondering if Sequence kept that
Oh.
Garlic Storm that you guys had.
I hope he kept number 4.
I do. I
You
have
do?
garlic
Okay.
storm.
Good.
The grape Slurpee Fino was the best, in my opinion.
I do have the garlic
Well,
storm.
That's what I'm hoping for, man. I got Spartan was nice enough to give me those sticky drip genetics ones. And I have the Garlic Storm version 3. You have 2 or something like that. So you have 4. Okay. Yeah, and I think I have 3. So I mean, the chances of being able to find that in there is probably pretty slim to none, but I like the direction that it works.
Well, I mean, you can get a very similar terpene profile, I would imagine, but they definitely named it something different for a reason. I mean, it came from different parents, so it's going to have a different interpretation of its genetics for sure.
Herb Growing Legals asked me if I ever found a lime strain. No, but I've been fortunate enough to smoke a bunch of it though.
We
Red
have a few
has a really
friends
nice
with-
citrate
yeah.
that I like. And the old, was it Chernobyl? Yeah, Chernobyl used to be limey flavored one too.
Yep, that's why I wanted that in the description. Was supposed to be a lemon lime Slurpee flavor.
Lime haze is good too.
Oh,
Lime
yeah, but
skunk.
does it take
Lime
a while?
skunk. Well, Fergroli's got that down. Shout out to Fergroli. He's had a lime skunk for a long time.
Citrique, though, I want really bad. I was even talking about it yesterday in reference. Red wants to trade the Trop cookies for his Citrique. I told him I'm down. So
Oh yeah.
we're going to get that done someday. And then I'll have Citrique.
Hell yeah.
Now, since you have everything backed up and we know you're moving to a new space, you're going to start a flower room. I don't think you're going to run multiples, right? You're just going to
No.
run one perpetual room.
The first run is probably going to be multiples just because I have like 2 clones of every strain I did. But after that, I'm going to try to do more like 1 strain per light at least. Or at the most, instead of running 6 strains under a light or whatever.
I like one strain per tray if you're using like a tray,
Right.
because then you can, this one decided it doesn't want heavy newts. Okay, we're good because they're all in this tray. Yeah, but I don't know. So if you can, that's what I do.
Yeah, that makes good sense.
Yeah.
I have 3 4x4 tray or 5x5 trays, so
Nice.
That's not, so you're set for that if you wanted to.
Morning, Indica B.
I believe they're 4x4 trays.
That's exciting. Can't wait for you to get back. I know that sucks not growing. I've been there.
Well, just perpetually vegging sucks. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's still growing. He's just
Yeah,
not
yeah,
working.
yeah. Yeah.
Just watching.
Vegging himself over there.
Yeah. I vegged plants until they were so big they were into the roof, and then cut them down and threw them outside, and then started over.
Just take those healthy tops and take them as big fucking monster clones. Throw them in. For me, it would be throw it in the oxycloner, wait for it to throw monster roots, and then reset that way.
One
Because I
time,
have some headlights that I have a headlights right now that's like almost 4.5 feet tall that I'm just waiting to just chop back.
yeah, I was gonna say one time I didn't take the clones. I just chopped the thing down to like one little tiny thing that was growing on the bottom. And it was like, so you're looking at like a dead stalk, and then there's this tiny little guy that I
Almost like a
let.
little re-veg, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then I had the time though, so I let that go and she went.
And
But
then you just
yeah,
cut that as the new clone when you're ready for it.
well, yeah, I let it go and then it'll, branch off and then you can clone again. It was just the mother got too big for the space and I didn't need clones at the time. So I just basically cut it down to a stump almost with one little new growth coming off. But
That wouldn't work for me because I'm always so vigilant about trying to keep the bottom of the canopy clear of extra leaves and bullshit.
yeah,
And I tend to I may not do a hard topping and take a clone off of the very top unless the plant's unruly and needs it. A lot of times I like to take those strong side arms that I know as I see the plant's going to grow into flower that's never going to be illuminated right. It won't get enough to be able to stretch into a different part of the scrog screen. So,
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if you're shaving the bottoms, yeah.
That's where I'm at. I got 2 foot of nothing, so there's not really much of a re-veg.
Right.
Oh yeah, I was just yeah. I mean, I don't do that in my mother's too much.
No, but you'd definitely rather move a small stump with a fresh growth than you would try to drag a 5-foot monster on I-75
Exactly.
for
Yeah.
how many hours?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Good.
That's why all my plants are 18 inches instead of 4 feet. Same
Right.
idea. Try to plan ahead for that bullshit move.
Well, see, what sucks is that you don't have like a backlog since you're not flowering right now. Like a lot of people would be like, the harvest is going to come down at this X point in date. So I know that I need to really knock it out of the park before I move. So my last harvest will tide me over for that drop cycle of maybe 4 or 5 weeks that it takes me to go from the move and get situated and set things back up.
Oh, I'm tied it over. Don't worry.
Well, we see you're tied it over for concentrates, but how you sitting on flower? That's the question. See.
Well, I only smoke flower when I hang out with you guys now.
Bougie
So-
ass motherfucker.
Well, I mean, it's fine. I'll smoke flower again when I grow some. But it's not a big deal. I have a jar of flower right here.
There we go.
I just haven't opened it in
Oh, what is it? Don't tease.
ever. I don't know.
These growers and not knowing what's in the jars. Can you
I don't
believe this
know.
shit? man?
Wow.
It's just a jar of weed I found when I was packing
Wow.
my shit.
See, they've dogged
Unreal.
me. They've dogged me for 2 years for my bullshit on this, and now come to find out, in one show, I see all kinds of people are doing it, just not catching that Skilbo heat.
I remembered what it was.
I remember.
Okay.
That's all I got to say about
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, label makers,
that.
guys. Label
I like
makers.
it.
Tape.
I like it.
Yeah.
No, you know what I've always done
Sharpies.
is
Yeah.
I use these big. Oh, this isn't going to work. Okay, so I have the large jars, and I buy the little. They're like 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch labels, and you can get color coded ones and shit like that's for like filing. And then I just write, kind of like the Leafly style. So like this was Skunk 1, so I have SK1, and then underneath it I just write down, like this was from 520. So
Mhm.
I know when I jarred this up. That way I can try to keep things in rotation on, what's next and all that good stuff. Just simple little thing like that. Or you can even just use like the white mailing label bullshit and slap it anywhere on the jar.
Yeah, it's
And
really
just
easy.
write it on the lid.
I write on the jar because the lids come off of the jars.
Oh, I don't have one.
That's fair.
Wait a minute. Yes,
I have made that mistake before. That's a lesson you only learn once.
This one you can see. So I just took a large
Oh.
label, stuck it on there. I wrote headlights 1220. And then that allows me to just keep reusing this. Underneath, I would write, GMO, 321 or whatever, and then, I mean, everybody's got those stupid ass little free labels. It's just something I've done.
Yeah, that works really well.
She puts hers on the bottom, no on the top. Oh, she's got amber jars.
Good point. Good point.
I
You
got a
could put
few
them on the bottom.
ambers, but they're hard to find now.
Just whatever you do, don't put them on the fucking lids. And this is like a restaurant service industry thing. Don't ever label the lids of something because the lids are not the contents. Label the jar that's holding the contents. Lids get interchanged. You put fucking lids on a table and you're like, shit, man. So when you were really trying to figure out for your pheno hunt whether you really like the number 3 or the number 4, you just fucked yourself.
Yeah.
And you open 2 jars that are next to each other.
Yeah.
Set the
That's
lids on the
good
table.
tip.
It happens, man. It happens. So just label the jar, not the lid.
That's what I was saying in better words. Thanks, Skilbo.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I come through for you. Not very often, so it's always
True. True.
Yeah,
Not very
pleasant,
often.
pleasant
but
surprise.
Now you
We'll
switch
take it.
roles.
We do that sometimes. We just usually don't record it.
It's good.
Hey, we're less than we're about 2 months away from outdoor season here.
Yeah, man.
That's not too bad.
Are you going to run those autos outside?
We'll see. Well, oh no, not the 2020s. I did buy some local autos. It's kind of crazy seeing seeds for sale in shops. I might run those
hell yeah.
outside.
We're
But,
getting stimulus sales, man.
Stimmy, baby.
Yeah, stimulate the economy with seed sales.
Stimulate
more
these
stimulate
breeders.
it. Stimulate the garden.
Yeah, exactly. Find the next great thing so I can smoke it.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
I like the sound of that, man. The baked phone cut.
Yeah.
He's got a pile, man.
Shit. If
Yeah.
anybody's
Got
got
a
the
fucking
chance
grow
to hit
Bible.
he's the guy that spends $50,000 in scratch offs, and he may not win at all, but he's gonna win often enough to make it.
Oh, I
worthwhile.
wish I had 50K in seeds right now. That'd be like a lot more. That'd be
Don't you
great.
wish you had 50K in scratch offs?
Right.
Yeah, I feel like you definitely win with 50K in scratch offs.
But would you win 50K? That's the question.
Yeah,
See?
I'm saying you're gonna win like the million.
I don't think you would, because the people I see always buying scratch offs have probably spent 50K by now.
Dude, they're not rolling up in Bentleys when they pick those up at Speedway.
But they're
No.
but they're not doing it consecutively. You're going in there and you're being like, I want all your rolls. You go to the next door, I want all your rolls. You go to the
Yep.
next door, I want all your rolls.
Oh, it's that don't be
I want
intermittent.
the
when you
roll
go,
in the
go
bag.
hard.
You're
right
buying
there,
up
you
you're
haven't
buying
opened
up
yet.
the chances, the probabilities.
You're buying up the
so.
probabilities. There it is.
I don't say I support it, fair game and all, but do what you gotta do. If you're 50K in scratch offs, you're winning.
I
You're
don't think
doing-
this is a winning idea.
Big Pone triggered there. I got in mind 50K in seeds, 50K in
Yeah.
scratch offs.
I'd much rather buy 50K in seeds. I think that's much
I think
better.
that's
That's
and
much
better.
I
better.
think you're probably gonna get more of your money back way later. So do
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
And more seeds.
You buy 50K in scratch offs, you're gonna end up with like 20K.
I don't know. I'd love to see somebody do that. I wonder if we could get somebody that's just trying to
I'm
blow
afraid the
50K.
sequence is right though.
I'm totally right. If it worked the other way, they wouldn't print the fucking things.
50,000, but what if you got $1 ones? That's 50,000 ones. It's a lot of odds. Some of those $1 ones, you win more than 50K.
Yeah, but your odds of winning are like 1 in 4.
You
Gondo
just bought
says
50,000 of them.
spend 10,000 in lab equipment and chemicals.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
That's like how much jacks can you buy for 50 grand?
Bro. So $150 to get you a couple of years worth, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I
Um,
guess
A lot.
50K in seeds. Yeah. You might as well start a bank anyways.
Yeah, that'd be a good
No,
idea.
but then if you get off of those, then the chances of you having that winning ticket, you just were the middleman for the winning ticket at that point.
Yeah. I guess that's a good point too,
Good
Tough
point,
decisions.
boomers.
Yeah. Tough decisions.
Oof,
I'd
he's
still, I
sweating
don't
now.
know. Yeah. I'd just buy the seeds and hold on to them.
So Dirty says for 50,000, you could be a distributor for Jax.
And that would be cool. I like their stuff a lot. I would recommend everyone grows with it instead of what they used.
I see Nuttree has a sign for Jax on the tent right there.
It's good
Oh, yeah.
shit, man. He
Him
grew
and
with Jax
Joey-
before he
him and
started
Joey
watching the
Cooley
show,
are
I
all
think.
about it.
Heck yeah.
It's an easy, you know, I mean, I don't want to say it makes, I don't know. I kind of, well, obviously I hand watered before. We're hand watering now, but this makes me feel a little, I don't want to say lazy because it's not lazy because there's a lot to do because there's so many plants, but I guess because of having to fill up the, you know, quantity wise and that, you know, it's already filled up because we do two big, 45-gallon
It makes it
reservoirs of them
easy.
at a time. So, you know, we just, you know, once it gets low, so we go ahead and get the other one going. And it does make it easy because it's already filled up and all you do is dip in and
Cheers, Tony
on
Rockefeller.
going. But, I still am on the, edge or not at the edge, or I'm one that's still like, well, how's that recipe good for all of them? So I don't know. I still, have questions about that, but I'm new. So I'm learning and I ask lots of questions and that's like one of them that I ask. And it seems to do well, the recipe that they're on right now. I mean, I don't see a lot of variance. So I guess it's okay because I don't see any of them really suffering or having any leaf damage or they're all relatively right in line with each other. So it looks like it's pretty stinking good.
Pretty good. You're
And
gonna like
it's
the
cheap.
outcome too.
And
it
it's
is
cheap.
really cheap.
So cheap and affordable. And you're not shipping liquids anymore if you're a salt grower.
It's very, very
Get
cheap.
your money's worth,
And you're not storing them either.
Or
Like
store,
you think about
yeah.
how many bottles you got to store with like a liquid nutrient regimen. Like
Which then turns into crystals in the bottom of the thing. That's why they tell you have to shake it so well to try to redistribute everything.
Yep. It gets, I was blowing through can of cocoa, blowing through it. Once you get, into any amount of plants, more than like 10, you're just going to be squirting milliliters away. So yeah, I was happy to use the last of that I had brought up just to use it because I'm not going to throw nutrients out. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
How much is Canazyme? Ugh.
Yeah, no, that's not the expensive one. The one is
Can I?
Boost. It's the kelp one that they supposedly ferment for a year or two. It's like $80 for like this tiny bottle. But yeah, so once you get the whole line, you're spending $200 versus Jack's, where I think you can get away with like, I don't know, 30 plus 30, about $60 in Jack's, and then your Epsom salts. So, $20 in that, say. You're looking at, $80. And it lasts so long. But yeah, I'm a big Jack's fan now. It's easy, makes everything simple for a salt grower. Everybody gets into the habit and the drawl of, uh-oh, here comes watering time. I gotta mix up water, I gotta mix up news and all that. And it's nice to just have 3 parts and be done and start
It is
feeding.
nice, but I do miss the mixing. I do actually kind of mix that. I miss that process. I mean, that was like I was so used to that. I got in such a regimen that I was like used to that, and so it was kind of a little hard for me to break that of myself. But I do kind of miss doing that a little bit.
Well, what I've found recently, if you want to get a little bit more technical, there's a lot of people out there that are adding to it, power side,
Yep.
first, and then there's some other things. Jacks have come out with some flowering things that you can
Yeah,
add
I
at the
have seen
end.
that at micro store. I saw
And
that they had
so
some
I've
other stuff.
found, but yeah, I've found some actual cannabis related Jack's recipes with all that crap. And I haven't tried it yet, but I would love to compare one day. But what I'm hoping to get is a cut I like. Once I have a cut I like, I can experiment. Like, okay, I'm
Right.
gonna do that and just do 3, 2, 1 to this and see how that compares. So yeah, but it's nice. And I remember when I first tried it, I switched from can of cocoa, you know, to Jack's overnight. And I was like, oh my God, the PPM's way higher sequence. He's like, it's okay. And I was like, okay, and I did it, and the plants got, happier, and they weren't like, not happy, but they got even happier. So I was just like, oh wow, okay. So, yep, fan of Jack's. Get it
Um,
if you're a salt grower.
Speaking of the advanced recipe type thing that you guys found, I have a printout of that. Actually, several copies. I printed them out, and I have the mono potassium, the MKP shit that they use to adjust the ratios and stuff in flour. So, because I want to try doing that same thing, baked, is find a good strain and then line them up, and see how adjusting it works and all of that. So I have a pound of MKP to do some adjustments as well.
Yeah. Okay.
That goes a long way too, right?
All of
Yeah,
it does. So
all
like
of it.
the $20 or $30 bags of Jacks that he's talking about will last 4-person grower with like a 1 light 4x4 grower like over a year.
Easy.
Easily over. It's incredible stuff.
The stuff
Mm.
we haven't even put a dent into what's here.
And no worries about shelf life.
Right. I bought the big bags and I store it in the Home Depot buckets with the like sealed lids so that humidity can't get into it. And then I take out a good chunk and put it in Tupperware.
At the Jacks right here, these were like $30 each. I'm still not through them, and it's been at least a year. And then I got some Epsom off Amazon that's just gonna last, forever. But yeah, one thing I also want to mention about those charts that was nice I found was they broke it down to like they had a clone regiment for you. So if you don't want to just dilute out, they'll tell you, add 0.8 of A and 0.4 of B or whatever it is, and you can have a nice like 300 ppm clone seedling mix.
Oh yeah.
So those charts are definitely useful. I'm finding, but
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Dude, we're coming up on the end of the show, but I just want to say cheers to everybody in chat. I'm glad that you guys were able to come through and hang out with us this morning. If you have any last minute questions for anybody on the panel, make sure you drop them in for us.
Yep. I'm glad to be back on Wake and Bake every Saturday or every other Saturday. Otherwise,
way
I'd
to
just
spend
be
the
sitting
morning.
here binging on Netflix.
Getting some YouTubes in.
Yeah. Okay.
I smell those muffins now. I'm getting excited.
Oh,
Now I've been trying to think
Yes.
how I'm
I'm
gonna
hungry.
wrap this chili up and travel with it.
Gotta decide
And
if I
have to
want to eat
MacGyver
one.
something.
Tara, do you ever use bungee cords to keep the lid on your crock pot shut?
No, but I'm sure going to right now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I know I got plenty of them. I was
Pro
thinking
tip.
about duct tape.
Get your crock
A
pot pro
woman's
tip.
fix to everything is duct tape.
No, that's red green handyman.
That's
secret
like
weapon.
a human's fix
Tara,
for
I
everything.
don't know if you're a normal woman.
I know I'm not. I know.
That's a man's fixed everything though.
I know. See, I think maybe
Yeah.
I should have probably been a guy or something, and something got screwed up, or I ate my twin. I ate my twin or something. I probably got some crazy story like that. Some knot on my head is really my twin.
It's really my twin.
My sister will love that one.
That's a funny way to end the show.
Well,
She got a little knot on her head controlling her brain.
there probably is.
Use the duct tape.
Like Plankton and SpongeBob, man.
That's right. That's what I
No,
was thinking.
no,
Duct
sequence.
tape.
No, when baked.
I feel
was
like if she
over
has
at
a
baked.
voice.
What did sequence have in his his dashboard? Baked.
Duct tape. It was creepy. It was like he's showing off. Like, you fuck up around me, I'm prepared.
I'm
Like,
always
I don't
prepared.
know. I was just like,
Daddy
golly.
trunk. Tie you up.
Listen, I have duct tape in my car, but you called me when you got your keys locked in your car.
I
and we got
did.
them the fuck out.
And we did too.
Whoa,
If I
whoa,
ever
whoa,
need
whoa,
tape,
whoa.
If I ever need tape, I got it.
Yep, he's got it.
Gamer got it out
He did.
with
Hey,
a steady hand
He's my hero. Yep.
of
With
a
the fucking
thousand.
with an
games.
antenna.
Yeah, we didn't know what to get, and I was like, oh wait, those.
Well, thankfully, I
cross-
had an old vehicle that
Yeah.
still has a stick antenna on it.
Yeah, these gosh darn new vehicles, you know what I'm saying, Boomer?
Dude, I got so fucking high at your crib. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's how you end a
Know what
show.
I'm saying, Boomer? Thank you guys for watching the Wake and Bake with us. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. We will see you again in 2 weeks or so. Hopefully, I'll be in a new house with a new background. Have a great day.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.